This episode is brought to you by Mithril. Hey, so, Mithril's got a new story coming out, and as you guys know, I tend to like some of these stories that they tend to be coming out with a lot of times, and by all means I pass them on to you guys. The story we have this time that's looking really nice is Full Moon King. That is Full Moon King. I'm just repeating it for those in the back that didn't hear me. So, you guys should probably check this one out. If you like a modern dark fantasy between gods, hunters, and their creator, the Dark One, and the answers to a eons long stalemate, all in the Full Moon King. Which, sounds pretty awesome to me. But let's go down this list. You know how Mithril works, guys. But if you don't, I'm gonna explain it to you anyway. So, in Full Moon King, there are already 60 episodes that you could actually binge already. But the first 15 episodes are completely free. And then there are free daily tickets that allow you to unlock the subsequent episodes from there on. And on top of that, if, just in case, you wanted to get a little bit further in the story and catch up to all the latest chapters that are up there, it only costs like 9 to 16 cents for coins. Which, I don't know about you, but like 9 to 16 cents isn't much, especially if you want to catch up on your favorite things. Imagine buying a book for 9 to 15 cents. That's a lot. An entire chapter of a book for 9 cents? That's pretty sick. Good deal to me, if you ask me. And it seems like a reasonable price to ask for anybody. So, by all means, guys, go check out Full Moon King on Mithril. This episode is brought to you by Prove It. So, if you guys want to start feeling healthier and genuinely more energy in your everyday body and health, try this supplement known as Keto OS by Prove It. They're doing their best out here to use a special supplement that activates ketosis in your body, which is the main thing that allows you to burn off fats when doing things like working out and doing activities. So, taking this along with your daily workouts and things of that nature makes it just a little bit easier, because starting up ketosis as far as in your body goes takes at least months of exercise, if not weeks, depending. It's a nice little range in there, but when you get there, you get there. But it doesn't last all that long sometimes. And the idea with this supplement is to just activate that more often so that you can start burning fats faster, getting more of the results that you want sooner. And there's nothing wrong with that. On top of that, ketos being in your body are pretty much like little motivators in general. And that's not the Keto OS talking. That is just your biology speaking on that one. So, if you want to feel a little bit more motivated, you want to feel a little bit more powerful, you want to feel, like you've really been putting in the work and starting to see results, try Keto OS. You can hit up these people at their lovely number at 828-775-8610. That's 828-775-8610. Alright guys, that's all I have to say for you guys. Enjoy the show. Hello everybody, welcome back to Typical Action. I'm your host, Monty Brown. I'm joined with none other than Paul.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We got Pele.
Yo.
And
He hates his voice.
Yes, I do.
We have two other guests here. Barrett, returning guest to the show. Say what's good, my guy.
Yes, sir.
There he goes. Yes, sir. And then we also have a new guest. We have Jones.
Hello.
What's good, Jones?
Not much.
Alright,
It's
boys.
torturous out here.
You're welcome.
What? How have you guys been? How you guys chilling?
Living.
Living. What about you, Paley?
You say, how are you guys
Living
chilling?
as well.
Yeah, you're chilling, living.
I got through a lot of shit, so I'm happy about that.
That's also good.
I feel it.
What about you, Eric?
Eh.
Jones is
Living.
Working. The new year brought about the dawn of the end of peak season. So I guess it's more of a dawn of post-peak season. I'm a package delivery driver.
Yes.
And so most of my time was spent doing work stuff. And music on the side. So whenever I get free time, I'm either gaming it up with my dudes, hitting clips, and making music. And that is pretty much the extent of what I've been up to.
That's
yeah.
fair. But that pretty much brings it all around. Alright, so let's get into our weeks, boys. What you been up to, what you been playing, what you been messing around with, what you been watching, listening to, things of that nature. Whoever wants to go.
I'm not going first.
Paul is always afraid.
I'll go first.
Oh, bet. Let's go.
No, I'm
Barrett.
not afraid.
Just-
I just, you know.
Well, Barrett already volunteered.
Barrett
I'm
volunteered.
going. I've got the stage. Just before I joined in here, I was playing The Division 2.
Hey.
On what platform?
I have a lust for loot.
Makes sense.
I have an unquenchable thirst for
on what platform?
gathering fun little trinkets.
What you playing?
And what's that?
What are you
platform?
playing it on?
Oh, PC.
Ah, okay,
okay.
there we go.
PC game.
He's a loot goblin on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
as
am.
a note for our fans, Division 2 finally has been released off of Epic Game Store. Now they're back on Steam.
There you go.
Oh yeah, did that happen?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Was that just like
It was an Epic exclusivity deal thing.
Yes, I bought it on Epic.
That's fine.
And would much rather be playing it on Steam. I think Steam is pretty slick.
Mhm.
I'd like to play all my games on Steam.
Because, you know, they kind of spent their time perfecting it, so they got it.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. I've got into. I mean, you can level up pretty much infinitely from what I understand. But I've got to a point where it just unlocked a whole bunch of new content in the game, and it's a whole bunch of fun. It kind of feels like a new game within a game, like a new game plus kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Other than that, game-wise, it's been Rocket League, man. Rocket League is my treasure.
You and Devon.
You and Dave on
yeah.
both, yeah.
Yep. You,
Oh,
Devon,
yeah?
and, well, another mutual friend of ours.
Yeah,
You
dude,
won't
we
shut
need
up
to
about
party
it.
up then. Dude, it's hard to. It's hard to shut up. It's just like you know, you just shovel short little matches in there, like 5-minute games, and you just cannot put it down.
No, that makes
it,
sense.
Is really good for my attention span. And also there's
Bite-sized games.
there's some. Oh, you're good. Okay, sick. And the skill ceiling is so high, you can just keep on going and keep on going. You never can get good enough. And the whole community aspect of it is cool because you play with people that will push the bounds of
It's
what
like my
is
stepmom's
possible.
view of me. You can never get good enough. Continue. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Rocket League, Division, and at the moment, that's really all I've been rotating on.
I feel it. That's a vibe.
As far as other media that I've consumed, just watched Team America last night.
Hey,
America!
Durka, Durka.
Fuck yeah!
Pal and I were just talking about that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Very fun movie. And then, of course, working on music in whatever free time I have. I think I mentioned it. I mentioned it in the pregame. I'm sitting on about 7 tracks right now, and it's different because in the past, all of my music had been inspired by things I was angry about or had like very intense feelings about. And I'm at a point in my life where things are like really good. And I think of my music and everything that all of my output is like a journal.
Yeah.
And I really want to capture in my new music that things are good right now. But as I specialize in heavy music, it's really difficult to convey like positivity and happiness in under the whole umbrella of like this is brutal, intense music. So that's lyrically that's been a stretch. But as far as inspiration on the actual composition of the music outside of vocals and lyrics, it's been coming along really smoothly, and I've been still getting steady waves of inspiration, and I don't feel like that's going to die down anytime soon. So I'm having a good time with that. All right, that's all I got.
That's fair. Barrett, can you like check your mic real quick? It started to do like a little. Is anyone else?
Staticky
do
thing.
that?
Yeah, I heard it
static
too.
thing? Yeah, just see if you can push it in. It might have just come a little unplugged.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I did run into this problem earlier. I had to just restart my interface.
Oh, okay.
So let me.
It seems to
do
be
that really
fine
quick.
right now, so I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, like it,
Okay. Hopefully it won't show up that way in the recording, but we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. It'll be fine. Right. So, Paul, your turn because you're not first now.
Oh.
Go.
So my time since last doing an episode. Jesus God, give me 2 seconds. I gotta turn that mic down. I just looked at like
The audio levels.
you're gonna have a blast editing this.
You just ran up on the mic and just ate it.
No, I looked at like the screen. I was like, oh, that's loud. Okay, so my time since the last I've been here. Honestly, let's see. I finally got back to Malazan. Like I've been saying that for months, but realistically, I needed a break. You know, I read 6 novels. Me and you talked about it. It's that many pages in what it was 5 months ago, 2 years. So about a year and a half, I read the first 6 novels. So if you parse that out by the novel count per book, so like book count, whatever, I've essentially read 24 to 28 books in that much time. And so it was like, fuck, I need a break. And so, you know, started working on my career with photography, things like that. But I'm back, and I read in 3 pages, 240 books. 3 days, 240 pages. I'm back. I love it. It's Malazan, and it's really starting to blow up. And, you know, of course, I mean, I don't need to tell y'all about it anymore. It's, you know, it's so far in fucking convolutedville. Nope, you can't.
It's hard for you to describe things now.
It's hard for me to describe. Like I've said, it's been heading in that direction where it's like, if you read it, you know it. If you were right here with me reading it, we'd be talking about it. But that's just go check it out, guys. It's immensely good payoff, and I would honestly suggest do what I did: read the first 6 books, take you a little break, then go back in and read books 7 through 10. But besides that, tried XCOM. Pele got me all of them for Christmas, and having a blast. I still got to try Sentinels, and I still got to try, what did Squishy give me? He got me Darkwood, I believe. But I went back, beat LA Noir, all that, blah, blah, blah. But my biggest, most fun thing
LA
I'm doing
Noir? You went back to LA Noir?
I did. I like the story. Well, up until you end the Black Dahlia thing, but then after that, it's like kind of just aimless. It feels like that should have been the end, but you know, whatever.
Okay.
I don't make games. Not to be pretentious, but like, fuck, it feels like such a big build-up, and then you beat it, and it's like, oh, you have 7 missions left. It's like, I don't give a shit about any of these.
None of these were nearly as cool as this one mission.
No, because it's like your whole time in Homicide is like 5-6 missions where you're just like on it. You're like, yo, these have got to be connected. It builds up. You're like, yeah, the Black Dahlia murders. This is awesome. Then it ends. You go to Arson, and you're in Hollywood, and it's like 2 dudes overdosed. Find the drug ring. Ha ha ha. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the Vice desk. I don't care. You know,
They do kind of. I will admit, they do kind of move you in a really weird way in that game, because they put you at murder so soon that you're kind of like, wait a minute, really? Like I'm solving
and then
murder
you go
cases.
back to Vice.
Yeah,
It should have been flipped, but I mean, I know that would have been cliche, but like that
it just feels like a
out.
natural progression, honestly.
Yeah, I would have looked forward to it. Move from murder to Vice. I don't care about the drug ring. Fuck them. Just, you know,
He's like, put me back on the other one,
morphine
Chief.
and shit. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want to do. You know, I've been saying the F word a lot. That's my New Year's resolution too. I'm trying not to cuss. Now, obviously, I'm not winning at that, but I have a whole year to try. So, you know,
I'll slowly get better
You're gonna get
eventually.
that
Oh god, that mic fell again. I'm just gonna put it up here.
This year, Paul is trying to fuck less.
No. I don't want to talk about my personal life.
He's like, wait a minute.
All I'll say on that side of things is going through a lot of things, going through a lot of self-growth things. I won't talk, you guys heard it before, I'm not going to share this with all these people, but just know this, people listening. it does get better. Sometimes life just throws you a curveball and you can lose literally everything that you built. But fun fact, that's a time for you to go back to basics, break through all the old walls that you had set up, heal from those fuckers, rebuild yourself, and then get out there and try again. And this time you won't fail because you learned all your lessons. So, it's good.
Yeah.
What else is there? My favorite thing I've been doing, and I'll wrap it up on these two things, is watching anime, watching several different ones. I don't need to name the names. They're all big ones that y'all know. My Hero, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really good to watch. But my favorite thing I just started doing yesterday was a buddy of mine got me back on Elden Ring.
Okay.
And I have the character sheet right here. So I'm doing a bandit only run, and it's specific in that, I have to do mainly like dexterity and stuff, I can only use daggers, bows, crossbows, and crafted bombs and stuff. But then also, I can use great bows, but only after I found the first great bow, and only after I reach like the capital, and then I can put strength points in. So I'm kind of like soft capping myself.
Mm.
And so there's also like I can mainly only use stealth, only fight 3 enemies at a time. Otherwise, I got to run through, and use summons to distract, or if a boss is really hard, things like that. So it's
These are very interesting limiters.
right. And so I'll be honest though, it like doing that has changed the way I play the game. And there's this whole layer to the Souls games that you never could do before that you can do now. That like I've been running around crafting shit, and getting hundreds of arrows stocked up, so I'm ready for each environment. And I don't know, it not only changed how I play the Souls games, right? And it kind of made me a better player because I'm using more of the systems.
I did want to do an alchemist build in that game just for fun. Just using the
Try
crafting
it,
system.
man. I mean, like, there's so much freedom now. Like, you can do whatever build you want, essentially. And
I will, after I finish my punch mage, which they nerfed part of my mage build for that.
Were you doing the Kamehameha?
No, I was a
Oh.
mage with the iron balls, and like specifically, I had bloodhound step, so I can be a boxer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, they nerfed bloodhound step, so I'm like, oh well, we'll see how this plays out.
Bloodhound Step was the one I used, right? Where you dash.
You dash forward and like disappear, and like you
Oh,
could do
man,
it.
why'd
Yeah.
they nerf it?
Because it was
overpowered at all.
because it was overpowered. I guess it's really good. Like the active and like frames for like
Yeah.
invincibility on it is pretty huge. It's a really good dodge. But I think the main thing they did was that they nerfed it in a way so that you can only use it 3 times in a row consecutively
Yeah.
before it has to pause for a bit before you can do it. Whereas before you could juke. You could just weave everything. And I was like, this is perfect for boxing something. And then they changed it and I was like, all right, we're going to have to find out if we could still do it. Because I need to weave.
Just to, I guess, wrap it up, it's like, I don't know, like I said, it just changed up things. It's, and the other thing too is I don't use the horse much, unless I absolutely have to for traversal and things like that, so it not only changed how I played this, but it's like I want to go back to other RPGs and kind of set my own limitations again, and play through them with those limitations, because it forces you to become that character more. And like I think as for like if you're trying to write something and be a writer and things like that, that's helpful. Because I'll be honest, I've been sitting there pretending to be this character with the other characters and having conversations between the two of them, just like talking to the TV, and it's like, oh, that's how this would go, and it's teaching me things. And the funniest part about my character is, did anybody see 10,000 PC?
Yeah.
10,000 BC, my bad.
Of course.
Yeah.
Tick Tick?
Yes.
The dude with the white spear in the beginning that like dies, and he's like, your father has your father, gives him the spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to make a caveman. I don't know why, and it ended up just being Tick Tick. It looks just like minus the minorly offensive large nose that I didn't realize till I made him, and I was like, I gotta change that later, brother. But yeah, it's Tick Tick. So I've been pretending that like when he
Good
died,
save.
he got transported to this world, and it's like opened up just like this whole like fucking role playing thing when I play that. It's a hell of a joy, and it's made me want to play more CRPGs and get into the story, turn the settings down to low difficulty, and just go through the story and do more role playing. So that's my week.
I feel it. All right, Jones. That's our guess. What you been messing around with? What you been playing, my guy?
Oh man, it's been a lot. I still got stuff from last year, unfortunately, that I have to go through. On Switch, let's see. I beat the first Yomawari. I'm on the second one now.
Okay.
Still going through 13 Sentinels and Hollow Knight and Pokemon Violet.
Let's go. He's going through 13 Sentinels. Fucking A, bro.
Is that a good thing?
Yes!
And the
I've been
weird part
That's
about
the
it,
other game I was screaming at you about.
Let me look at
like the weird thing about it is that I still don't know where exactly it is in the story that I'm at because
Good.
it's still going through the whole. We're in the 40s now. These
Good.
guys are in the future. Something
Good.
doesn't feel right. It feels like there's like 2-3 different incidences that happen, and I gotta put it together now.
Trust me, James.
Um,
You're feeling the right things to be feeling. Because the best part about 13 Sentinels, and also the worst part about the 13 Sentinels games, is that you can't talk about 13 Sentinels. It's just difficult. The whole
You
thing
really
is just a
can't.
difficult game to talk about.
and all
feel
because
that.
of fucking time travel. It's the most convoluted thing ever written in human history.
But
Well,
also,
besides
not.
how to be human.
Yes,
Oh my.
but then I think about it at the same time, and I'm like, I did play Kingdom Hearts. I did play that.
That was like minor. That was like minor time travel, but it had dimension hopping.
Kingdom Hearts gets convoluted, bro. It gets so convoluted, you know.
They added
Hey,
time
all
travel
you-
in 3, man.
All you need to know about is hey, the power of heart and the power of friendship. It works every time.
Man, F the power of friendship. That game proved to me that it's the power of Sora. That man saved. Oh, that pissed me off. I'm not even gonna
You
front.
weren't even supposed to have a Keyblade.
That DLC
You weren't the
pissed me-
chosen
I
one.
don't want to get to it, but like the way that plays
I'm
out.
waiting
is
on the
just-
I'm waiting on the Kingdom Hearts Metal Gear crossover.
That would be hilarious. You say this? That would actually be the most convoluted thing to ever be imagined.
Oh my god.
Because Metal Gear is pretty bad too, but I can follow Metal Gear a lot better than I can follow Kingdom Hearts sometimes.
I can just see the awkward moments that's gonna happen
Props to
between
you.
like Sora and Liquid Snake, and be like, wait, what?
Exactly. You're just like, wait a minute, hold up. Which one am I playing as? Am I Punished or Liquid? No, I'm Solid? Really?
Wait, I'm not playing a clone, I'm playing the original?
Oh wait, we're going to Big Boss. We're going back to MG3.
Oh, wait, I'm not even playing any of the snakes? I'm playing just a random dude who gets teleported to a different dimension?
That's weird.
This guy shoots his arm off his hand.
Either that or include riding, because I mean, as soon as that man just rose up, it's just electric. Let's go.
You say this? Raiden's the least complicated character in that entire series. And it's stupid.
What do you mean? We went from like
He was
a
like, look, he's
child
a
raised
human.
in war
Yeah.
to being a cyborg ninja some way somehow, and we still don't know how the hell he got those cybernetic enhancements between 2 and 4.
They just gave it to him. That's all you need to know, so they just gave it to him.
Dude, Senator boss fight? What a curveball.
For real.
America.
That shit was so awesome.
I know.
I never beat that game
Oh, did I?
because of that fight.
Oh, really? It was...
No.
You
It
should
really
go
does have a
back
steep
and beat
learning
it.
curve.
I know.
I should, you're right.
Because that
Oh,
part
man.
was fun to me. Fighting the Senator, I was like, run it, Senator, I'm ready for you. Let's go. He was like, I played college ball, you know? I'm like, I bet you did. Run them hands, boy.
Dude, he's 7 foot tall, he's 600 pounds, has 2% body fat. Let's go.
JoJo ain't got shit on him. Oh man. Besides that, I still need to go back and go through my last year resolution of trying to get through the Yakuza series. I'm still stuck on 1. I'm just enjoying this side quest, which is supposed to be the meat of the game, ironically.
Oh, man. How are you supposed to be getting
And-
through the games if you still stuck on 1? Actually, wait, you played 0, so you got through 0. You got through at least one other game.
No. I didn't go through 0. Because that was the one thing I had to get through my head first. Do I want to start with 0 or do I want to start with 1? But whenever I did my research, everybody was like, just start with 1 because if you go to 0, you're just going to confuse yourself.
Fair.
It was like, at least go back to 0 after 2? After Kwame 2, I think?
They said once you finish Kiwami 2, go back to 0 and you'll understand some things better. Fair. Then you still got the
besides
rest
that,
of those games. There's so many games for you to go through, though.
it really is. And now having the PC for about a year now, this is not going to help any better either because I started a now. a while back. I really wanted to get into that game, liked it, put it to the side. God damn it. I went through Devil May Cry 5 at least. And of
That
course
counts.
played, well, mostly for Virgil's gameplay, honestly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, fair enough.
Uh,
Fair enough.
Disco Elysium, first CRPG.
Again, let's
and
go.
I'm,
Jones out
I'm,
here
I'm
playing the
fucking,
good games.
I'm just killing myself right now.
I
I'm
will
just,
say this, Jones. Disco Elysium is a good CRPG. I just wouldn't say it's a great example of your classic CRPGs, though.
Man, who cares? It's amazing.
It's still
if that's the
good.
case, if that's the case, then I probably would have gone back to like what Monkey Island or something.
That's
Monkey
just a
Island's
point and
point and
click.
click. Yeah, it's point and click.
That's
Classic
another
CRPGs
game.
like Baldur's Gate.
Or like
Neverwinter
Pathfinder.
Nights.
Yeah.
Or Pathfinder, yeah. Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, Pillars of Eternity is another one.
Other than that, there's I wanted to try to see what milk inside of a bag of milk inside of a bag was, since I didn't know there was two games. And lastly, Forgive Me, Father, which I think I'm at the end now at this point.
Oh yeah, you was almost done last time we talked.
And of course, last but not least, you gotta, if you get Resident Evil 4 for the umpteenth time since the game first came out, you gotta beat it. I'm sorry.
Why are you
John,
beating
like-
it again? Aren't they about to re-release it as a
They're really-
remake? Like,
Yes,
there's
unfortunately.
there's the HD fan-made mod for Resident Evil 4 on PC that actually improves the game entirely. So that's why
fair.
I convinced Jones to get it for the PC.
Why would you do this when you knew
Because
that
he wanted to
But
play
it's
the-
Resident Evil 4. It's one of the
remake
best
is right
games.
around the corner?
I know, but this was made before we knew the remake was even being announced.
That's fair.
I still personally believe that we shouldn't get a remake of 4. Like,
No, I kind of agree with you, but it's already too late. They're doing it.
Yeah.
redo Code Veronica and fucking 0 first before you even try to touch 4.
You're not
honestly.
wrong. You're not
Also,
wrong.
Jones, there's one version of Resident Evil 4 that you gotta play when you come up visit us. Resident Evil 4 VR.
I do want to. And another thing, now that I do have a PC now, I do want those ROM builds from like, what was it? From the early days of RE4, from like the Hookman and the what's the other demo that they came out with? It was 2 of them
Oh,
that I wanted to try out. Honestly, I know it's out
those don't
there
exist
somewhere.
anymore. Well, I mean, maybe the ROMs do, but I was about to say those really don't exist anymore.
Hey, it's out there somewhere, and I will be determined to find it. Shit, we keep on having ROMs leaked from Nintendo left and right nowadays.
That's fair. But Resident Evil 4, not a bad one.
But yeah,
What
that's
Resident
that's
Evil?
all that is. The only book that I just started reading finally, Japanese Myths and Tales. I'm only going through the introduction so far, introducing the gods and the connections between each other for first and foremost before I actually get to the different stories. Hopefully, I find something good and interesting in here. But that's pretty much it on my end.
What was that one called again? You said, I just wanted to
Oh.
hear it.
Oh, Japanese Myths and Tales.
Okay.
Apparently it's a series. Well, I wouldn't call it a series probably, but they got different ones. Apparently looking it up on Books A Million or Barnes and Noble's website, they have an African one. They have a they have a Nordic one, of course, and what was the last one I actually added to my list? Chinese.
Okay.
So they're probably written in the same structure. So after I finish this one, I wouldn't mind actually seeing some other ones.
But I'm actually done this. Probably look into them. I'll probably look into that African one since I've been studying it a lot recently for research purposes. So why not? Probably look into the Japanese one as well. I actually might need to look into the Japanese one for, again, research purposes.
Same. Something to torture myself at night, hopefully.
I know Barrett's over here like, why do you keep saying research purposes? I promise you, it's for research.
I believe you. I'm sold, dude.
Don't worry, kids. It's for the hinty. It's fine.
Lies.
Say less.
It's art.
It is art. It do be art.
Art for losers. No, I'm kidding.
Interesting.
Hey, we got 5 of
I
them in
used
this
to
chat
watch
right here.
Something about them tickle. I'm gonna stop. Keep it PC. All right, let's
Guys,
Don't you
I
mean
need to
PG?
run to the bathroom real quick.
Go for it.
go ahead. It'll be all right.
Oh, no, that was, okay, yeah.
No, I got
Something-
you. I figured it out.
Something to tickle their pickles.
Thanks, Amani.
But all right, Pele, go.
Yep. All right. So my week, I spent pretty much downloading and playing a bunch of games on PC. Smaller ones, nothing heavy RPGs as of yet. I gotten through In Sound Mine and Fist Forge and Shadow Torch in under 2 weeks. I'm currently getting through Calisto Protocol. Finally got the settings to run okay-ish on my PC. It still stutters if I run it too long, which is annoying as shit. Almost done with Forgive Me Father on the final level as well. Also playing Terminator Resistance. Let's see what else I'm playing. Dust and Legion Tale. Finally going through Castlevania Lord of the Shadows.
I never finished that game. Dust and Elysian Tale. I got pretty far in it. I just didn't finish it.
Yeah, I wanted to finally finish it. I have it on my PS4 at the time. Never got around to finishing it, but now I will. Let's see.
I liked it, but it's also furry bait. It's a fun game though, but it is furry
Combat's
bait.
great.
The combat is awesome.
That's the main reason why I want to get back into it. Fist Forge and Shadow Torch also had pretty good combat as well. Also a Chinese-focused main game too, made from the same people, a publisher, but we're going to speak about on the docket later. Going through the Scent and Time Shift. I think did I speak about that last time? Or I'm not sure if I did.
I think you did. I think it's you mentioned it being arcadey.
Archaic, yeah.
Archaic. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
exact
not
word you
arcadey,
used.
archaic.
Well, it was arcadey and archaic.
It's definitely not arcadey. It's definitely archaic.
You know what? I got you. Here's how we prove this. Can you aim down sight?
No,
Arcadey style.
you can't crouch and you can't sprint.
He's got the methods, man.
How's that arcadey?
That's literally arcadey. You cannot sprint. Wait, are we asking this question right now? Can you sprint in Doom? Original Doom?
Yeah, but Doom you move fast anyway. You move slow as shit in Time Shift.
Okay, can you crouch in Original Doom?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, no, in Doom 2 you could.
Fine, Doom 2, they gave you... Why did they give you the ability to crouch in Doom 2? What are you
There's
crouching under?
It's always the sequels.
Yeah, it's usually like lower levels where you're sneaking about. You actually can crouch.
Okay, fine, fair. Can you do it in Quake?
The original Quake?
Yeah.
Don't believe so.
Arcadey. Stand by
So
what I
with
said.
that, by that description, would you consider the original Halo arcadey?
Yes! It's based off of Quake. Yes!
You can't aim down sights in Pac-Man. I rest my case.
Okay, I guess it is an arcade game.
Oh my god. I was hoping somebody was gonna make the Time Crisis reference, but I guess not.
You're right, you can crouch in Time Crisis, but that's all you can do as far as movement in Time Crisis is crouch.
That's technically
I
cover
don't
bait.
That's true.
think that's because your lack of abilities makes it arcadey, though. I just don't think that's the requirement.
No, arcade is the old style version of shooters. So, in Halo, you couldn't sprint, but you move really fast. It was based off of, like, playing the original Doom and playing Quake, right?
Yeah, but in
Those are
this
the
game
two
you don't move
which-
really fast at all, so I don't see how that counts as arcadey, though.
But you don't aim down sights like in modern shooters. It's still a shooter, right? You're not aiming down sights like in modern shooters. You can't crouch, which is not inherently something you would need in both games, but apparently you could do it in Doom too. So, the more you know. And usually when you don't have a sprint, that's usually indicative of the fact that it is a more arcade shooter or arcade style shooter.
But usually that entails of moving fast. This moves slow as shit.
Doom doesn't move that fast.
No, Time Shift.
Time Shift doesn't. Yeah, I'm saying, Doom, original Doom doesn't move that fast either.
Original didn't move faster than Time Shift.
I don't know. I didn't touch it. I don't know.
That's on you, not me.
I touched
my
the
experience, I
original
didn't.
Doom and I touched the original Wolfenstein and I touched those games, and those games are pretty slow.
Yeah, and time shift is
Haley, your
slower.
argument is invalid. I never played it.
He's-
Yeah. Oh yeah.
no,
I never played
I
it.
didn't say his argument's
your opinion's
invalid. I
Alright.
never touched it. I don't know. Like, I'm not the one that played time shift.
Oh yeah,
I'm just
because I don't
telling
have
you
an,
these-
because I don't have an opinion of a game. Your opinion's invalid. Like, okay, that's a great argument. That's a
That's
great
not what I
argument.
said at all. I was like,
I don't like it when mommy and daddy fight.
my
But
words
anyway,
are being
yes, I'm
twisted.
trying to get through it because it's a time control mechanic. I just wish the basic gameplay was better because Jesus Christ, it's stiff.
That's very stiff.
All right, but yeah. Oh, and Bound by Flame, a developer Spiders, a game I played back on the PS3 that I want to get back into and trying to finish it for once. I'm just going through pretty much games I never got to finish when I was younger. I'm just trying to get through them now, even if the memories are a bit painful because the games might be shit.
Oof. So is Bound by Flame shit?
It's not shit. It's extremely mid. It's like a
Okay.
mid version of Witcher.
That's unfortunate.
Didn't Spiders make Greedfall?
Think they did? I can't remember.
Yeah,
they
they
also
did.
made
They
Steel
did make
Rising.
people.
Yeah, so they, from what I understand, they started out with games like Bound by Flame and like just like RPGs with ambition, but you know they're really basic. And then it all progressed to Greedfall, and now it's like, oh, they did Steel Rising, and they're having Greedfall too, and they're doing good.
Steel Rising apparently plays really well, but apparently
Yeah.
runs horribly, so we can't really tell.
Yeah, unoptimized, and then apparently they're assholes.
It-
But
it's-
that's whatever.
Yeah, it's unoptimized on PC. It runs fine on PlayStation, but that means I just have to get on that, which is annoying. But anyway, that's been my week. Nothing too new. Oh yeah, watch the first episode of Trigun Stampede. I liked it quite a bit.
Hey.
Since I've heard they're for the English dub, they're bringing my boy back. I'm gonna wait for the English dub, honestly.
That's
Nothing
fair.
against the sub. I just prefer the dub because I grew up on that. Like,
It's Johnny Young Bosch. Why would we
Yeah.
not like?
Yeah.
It's the same.
I mean,
as Ichigo,
it's one of the
Nero,
select
and
few.
everybody else.
it's
Yeah.
also the preference because like I can't watch DBZ in sub. I have to watch it in dub.
Oh yeah, no. Goku's voice is like this might be blasphemy to some people, but like Goku's voice is awful in
The sub.
in original sub.
Hey, man.
I can't stand his voice, bro.
Hey, we protect that old lady, man. She's still around
She's
here.
great.
Man.
No, she's great. I will say that. It's just she's not my preferred
Look,
voice,
fine. You
that's
could say
all.
she's great. I was sure about to feel the energy of f that old lady. Let him get
Oh my
older.
God.
Dude, she's been the
That
voice
voice-
of Goku since the beginning. She
Give-
has not dropped the
Yeah,
role at
she
all.
was fine when he was a kid. He's like a 40-year-old man now. How is he still
Hey.
sounding like this?
That's the one thing about Japan. They will not let go of their voice actors. That means if they got the role and they play it right, that is it.
That's why the voice of Naruto has not changed. That's why the voice of Ash has not changed. That's why the voice
See,
of fucking
I'm not gonna
Goku
lie.
and Luffy
Naruto
has
kind
not
of works
changed.
because she put enough gruff into it that it works, right? So it's like it's fine. Like Naruto sounds good because she puts more gruff into it as Naruto got older, and so now it sounds like he got older. Goku sounds like a grandma. Like it actually doesn't change to me. I was like before it's like that's a kid, and then it's like now it's like that's an elderly lady because it's not a guy. And Sean Schemmel just does a really good job at.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I
Sorry.
prefer it because I grew up on the English dub. That's why I prefer. Or the same goes for Trigun, so that's why I'm excited. But yeah, excited to see that. What else was there? Oh yeah, Spy Family. Finally caught up through that.
Yeah.
And I watched Megan, the doll horror film.
Oh, how
Please-
was
How
that?
was
Is
that?
that
What did
as
you
bad
think
as I
about
think
that?
it is?
It's not bad. It's still it's still B movie level. I would say definitely gory, more gory than I anticipated. It's better than the recent remake of Chucky. If that makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of people have been
Is it-
comparing
is
it
it
to
fun?
Chucky.
I mean, it's the same basic concept, killer doll.
Well, I mean, it's way better because Chucky's like
Mhm.
Chucky's not menacing. Megan is like an android.
Very menacing. Megan has
Like-
surprisingly charismatic than Chucky, which is
Like,
interesting because
I could punt Chucky. I could. There's a chance I might not be able to lift Megan, like because she's like a whole robot android thing going on.
yep.
It's the second coming of Splice, everybody. Next
Yeah,
thing you
which
know,
is
people-
surprising because I thought like I would end up hating like a movie. Okay, for at least for American audiences, for the rest of the world, and any movie released in the month of January is usually a death sentence because that means Hollywood has no faith that film is gonna do well at all. So it releases in the month of January to die. Megan is a surprisingly decent release. So like it's a fun movie. I actually recommend this. Seeing like your like B movie fans, or it's nothing great, but definitely worth your time. I would say that.
It's nice to
Cool.
have.
Yeah.
a
Nice.
friend. I actually really like their creepy version of that song. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It just
that was
sticks in my
cool.
head.
That was that. It's catchy. It's catchy.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Alright.
But
So,
that's
Megan?
been my week. Go ahead. Am I?
I've pretty much been continuing with Kaleidoscope. That's been a fun ride. I now have to watch. I haven't finished it, obviously. I've just been continuing it. That and I started watching Records of Ragnarok. That's been fun. I got to the Adams fight. That's a man's man. I
Gotcha.
thought that was crazy. Records of Ragnarok is kind of sick. For Kaleidoscope, I don't want to spoil because the idea is you can watch it in any order and just have fun. So enjoy that show. It's a heist show in which you can watch any episode in any order and the plot will make total sense. So enjoy that as a concept. But Records of Ragnarok, I believe we have talked about it before in general, where it's just like the gods. I think
Versus humans.
yeah, it's gods versus it's gods versus legends. Because this is how I wanted to figure out what exactly was being done here. That's the actual deal, is that it's god versus legends. So we're dealing with people like Jack the Ripper, Adam,
Versus human.
yeah,
Lubu.
like literally Lubu is another one.
Tesla.
I didn't even know Tesla was gonna be in there.
Yeah,
he was
he's on the list. He's on the list. He's on the list.
Okay, I didn't see him.
Nostradamus.
Um,
There's a lot of Japanese and Asian ones. Oh yeah.
Well, they're
Wen Hong,
legends, so
yeah, legends. And the first emperor of China, like the first emperor, the person the word emperor was made for.
wasn't Leonidas on there?
Leonidas was on the list. The greatest sumo wrestler ever, and
the greatest sumo wrestler.
Jack the Ripper.
we already mentioned Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Buddha and Hercules.
I didn't see Buddha yet, but Hercules is on there. That's kind of clean.
Mm-hmm.
Versus pretty much just a bunch of different gods from like similar kind of situations where they're all different from different religions and stuff like that. I think Zeus
they're
is on
they're
there
on the list.
off rip.
Yeah.
Zeus is on there off rip. Thor, they did Thor off rip.
They have
Poseidon.
Ares.
I'm
Hades.
assuming Poseidon right now. I haven't
Yeah,
seen the rest.
Poseidon. They have Hades on the list. They have Odin in the show. They have Aphrodite, which is
Oh yeah, Odin is sitting there. Aphrodite is also sitting there. Azura's in it, actually.
not Azura.
Not Azura. It's
Shiva, not Shiva.
Shiva.
I think it is Shiva.
It is Shiva.
They're not. They didn't do Azura. They did Shiva. Why did they
Shiva,
do
yeah.
Shiva and not Azura?
Because Shiva's the god of destruction. That's why.
Okay, that's fair. But Azura's the god of war, though.
There's already a god of war.
Yeah, I mean, like Ares is there too, but that doesn't mean anything.
They're
'Cause it's
trying
all-
not to cross over
They don't want
gods
to have
in
the
different.
overlap. What do you
they wanna-
What do you
they
mean?
don't wanna do
The
too-
first
they
two
don't
are
wanna do-
no. Shut up.
Yeah.
The first two that they show are Thor and Zeus. How are we
Zeus
not
is the
overlapping?
king of the gods. Thor is the god of thunder. That's the only difference. Because you only see in the fight, does Zeus actually use lightning at all?
He doesn't, but that's his main thing.
Exactly.
That is literally
That
his
man
main
just
thing.
pulled the whole Master Roshi. That's all that man did.
Which is ironic because his brothers are older than him.
Yeah, that's also really weird. Like Poseidon is sitting on the screen, looking way younger than Zeus. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you were the youngest brother. How does this work? How are you an old man and he's not?
We know the reason why. We
know the
heard
reason. Yeah, me and
tales.
Jones have also read ahead.
Well, yeah.
No, it's not. It's nothing to that. I was gonna make a joke because Zeus be out here just fornicating with any and everything. So
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure he stressed himself enough with all his shenanigans at least.
Yeah, probably. Poseidon been in the
Yeah.
water just chilling.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention Amani. Season 2 of Records of Ragnarok's coming out this year as well.
Yeah, I know. I think we actually talked about it being announced. It's been fun though. It's a vibe. I can genuinely say I haven't expected a single outcome from these. Like literally, I've been sitting here being like, it's gotta be this guy, right? And each time it's been kind of like, okay, well, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this fight to play out this way. But it really is just a tournament. It's a tournament arc, except all the fights are really sick, and that's just it. It's an entire show about a tournament arc in which all the arcs.
I love the historical and religious detailing when they go to the mythology and historical details of each individual character. Of course, they fantasize quite a bit of it, but they get a lot of details correct. Like, oh, that's awesome.
They go for details, but like obviously they don't want to break kayfabe of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're surprisingly really accurate with stuff, but then it's like now for the bombastic stuff because you gotta do it. Else it doesn't work. Like Lu Bu splitting the heavens at some point. Like, you know what? People believe that he did that. He didn't, obviously, because he was a real person, but he's a legend. So you gotta go with it.
One fight I'm really excited for because I have my boy Simo Haya on the list as well, the greatest sniper in all of history.
I'm down. I
White
don't know how
Death
this
himself.
works, but I'm pretty down for that.
Well, you have great
I'm about to say,
legendary god archers.
Well, never mind. I can't say nothing because that'd be ahead in the anime.
It is very ahead of
Yep.
the anime.
I mean, his name's on the list. That's why I'm just referring to it.
Yeah, I didn't
Nah,
see it.
it's more the conditions, because they make it pretty fair. Even though they're gods, they make it somewhat fair still.
Mm-hmm. But that has been it's been a fun ride. It's just fun to go through that and watch it. I finished up going through the entire Mass Effect trilogy again, so that was fun. It's fun to. I recently just finished 3. I finished 3 today before we actually got on the podcast, so it's like, I had fun going back through that again. The Legendary Edition is a great way to experience it. My personal suggestion is to get it on PC, so you can obviously do a little bit more with it. Only because it's nice to be able to mod things and do little things here and there to make it look a little bit better, feel a little bit better. Everything.
And modding is also the only way to add back in missing content. For example, the missing DLC for the first game, you can actually mod back in, as well as if you
That's true.
are a fan of certain pieces of anatomy, you can add Miranda's.
I mean, to be fair, she still has it. It didn't go away. It's just
No, but the shots were removed.
They removed gratuitous shots, which
but you
I'll
can add them
admit,
back in.
even as a kid, I was like, all right. I don't know why the
Wait.
camera's here. I just don't know
Wait,
why
did they
it's
keep
here.
Sounds like it was exactly where it needed to be.
It was, but it also wasn't, if that makes any sense.
You're saying, Jones? Sorry.
No, you're good. I was say, did they keep Olivia Munn in there still?
Oh, yeah, she's still
on
in
the
there.
third game.
Yeah, she's still
You
in
think Jessica Chalbot? Yeah, she's still in the third game.
Oh man, I'm surprised.
They didn't get rid
They
of
had no
anybody.
reason to remove her. They just keep
Yeah,
it.
like, in terms of
Everything's all the
content-
content is there except for the DLC for the first game, and that's just because they lost the source code, right?
Yep.
It's just not there
I mean-
anymore. So
Excuse me. I mean, besides that, the only other thing I'd be worried about would be like some minor censorship or like some loss of licenses when it comes to certain actors or actresses.
No, they haven't lost any of that. Just like they censored the ass shots a little bit. That's about it. And they tweaked the Tali's photo at the end of the game as well.
yeah, because that for sure needed to be tweaked, man. That was
Yeah.
low-key disrespectful. I'm kind of mad they didn't. There's actually going back through the game. I was kind of upset because there's a perfect moment for them to show it, and they just don't. And obviously, I guess spoilers for a game that's like how old? It's probably over.
Came out in 2013.
Yeah. So at this point, it is a decade. At this point, it's 10 years old.
Yeah, because the game came out when I graduated.
When you actually like take back I forgot the name of the planet, but the Quarian planet, Homeworld.
Raynok.
Yes,
Raynok.
when you take back Raynok, Tally takes off. If you've done everything correct by the Quarians, pretty much, or just in general, where you manage to just keep both sides from killing each other, she takes off her mask to just breathe in the air of her planet, and I don't know why you just don't see it then. And like perfect time at the end of the series in 3 for you to be like, and that's what Quarians look like, but nah. I don't know. There's some of the decisions they decided to make in that game are a little strange, a little wonky to me. But otherwise, it's still one of my favorite franchises of all time. I'm probably gonna go back through Andromeda just because I have it on PC, so luckily I can make that a better experience all around. But it was fun
You-
because what I didn't get to do originally, because when I first played the game, I played it on PS3. I played the original trilogy, but I didn't get any of the DLCs. And for some reason, that collection just didn't give you any of the DLCs.
Well, they came afterwards because they released a PS3 version of the game before they released the DLC.
Yeah, which is a little weird, but whatever. I mean, I guess the deal was if we do it like this, we get to sell them the DLCs.
Well,
But-
it's also the first time because remember, Mass Effect used to be an Xbox exclusive.
Well, no, I know this, but it's like it was nice to go through it again and get a chance to play these little aspects that I never got to see before. So I got to play the Leviathan DLC, never saw that before. I think there was a DLC in 2 that I just never saw. I went through the Omega one, right? So I never played Omega. I did play Citadel. Citadel was so nice to go through, so it was nice to go back through Citadel.
Yeah,
But
the Omega
and
the
Leviathan
Omega one
were
was
really
the first time ever you actually see a female Turian, and the Citadel one is just the best character writing you'll see in the game.
Yeah. And so as far as the ending I got the control ending. Because despite doing everything, I had to look this up. The numbers on it are tweaked to be you actually almost have to max out the entire thing. Like it's weird.
It's because
your
it's
readiness
it's
isn't the same anymore.
Yeah, it's to compensate for the lack of multiplayer because the multiplayer was one of the reasons you're able to get the numbers high enough.
So now it's actually harder to get the synthesis ending. You actually have to be a completionist, and I don't mean like you did every mission, because I did every mission. Like I finished the game having
You
done
didn't collect every
mission of the game.
collectible. You didn't
Yeah.
scan every
The
planet.
planet, you have to actually be a full-on completionist in order to do it now, and
You
that
didn't
makes
do
me a
every
little
little
sad.
Yeah, you didn't do every little side investigation from like random NPC on the Citadel and all that stuff.
Oh no, I did do those. But it just wasn't enough. Like, despite everything I did, it's not enough to get the synthesis ending. And that is the one I wanted to get this time around, even though I've obviously gotten it before. So we had to go with Control. Control is the one I chose. Because, take over the Reapers, save the galaxy in its own way. I am the new AI. I control everything. Good for me. I did a femship run this time. That was fun. I never did that before. That was interesting. Mass Effect 2 cockblocked me. I was not allowed to date Jacob. I was disappointed. I ended up having no one because the game just said, nah, you've been friend zoned at some point. And I don't know when that happened. I don't know why it happened.
Unless you went with Trainer.
No, well, no, you can't date Jacob in 3.
No,
in 2.
Samantha Trainer, the third
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. You can't date Jacob in 3. I got cockblocked at 2.
I
And then
know.
I
but you
dated
said
her
you went.
in 3.
Okay,
I dated
that's what I was
Trainer
saying.
in
Like
3.
when, that's what you mentioned before. Like when you mentioned like you were with Trainer, like you went. So you did not have any love interest in 3. Like that doesn't sound right to me.
No, I didn't
Told
have
me you
one in
were-
2. Because I got cockblocked by the game. That's what I was saying. In 3, as Pele has so bluntly pointed out, dated Trainer. I did that and was like, okay, fine, whatever. It'll be fine. And then for 1, I dated Caden because, I just, fuck it, right? I literally never seen Caden's, like, anything any other time I played the game. He never
I mean,
lived.
one, you only have 3 possible love interests.
Yeah, but he never got off Vermeil, as far as I'm concerned. I really didn't know what he did for the rest of the series. He never made it off Vermeil. He'd always get there and be like, I'm staying with the bomb, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. As far as anything else, I'm trying to think. I know there was something else I was messing around with. Obviously, I've been playing Outer Worlds again a little bit. That's going to be fun, but I haven't put enough progress into that to really do anything. Super disappointed that there are no mods for this game. Not really.
Oh my god, sorry, I'm back. Alright.
Super disappointed in that. But otherwise, been vibing. It's been fun.
I wasn't playing games, I was watching food videos. I closed it, we're good, I'm back.
No one would have known had you not said anything.
I know, but I was quiet. I know you don't like that. Alright.
um, I think that pretty much covers it. There's some games I definitely want to try out though that we recently got though. I think I've gone through everything. Also,
Are you gonna try? What's it? That game says college fuckers or something?
The
What?
fuck?
No,
Oh, I thought that was on your list.
no.
What the hell in
That's
the
for
laser
sure
suit
not.
Larry is that shit?
I don't know.
I was trying to.
Mutual friend of ours has got an interest in porn games on Steam, so.
Oh my god, you honeypot player, son of a bitch.
Oh, not Honeypot. Honeypot actually has good gameplay. Nah, this is straight up fucking in
No, that's
gross
right.
ways.
Amani has Subverse though.
Yeah, Subverse. Subverse actually is a game. The ones
It
our
is a
mutual
game,
friend
though.
is playing.
It's a game that made Davon happy.
Yeah. Oh no, I remember what it's called. It was Fetish Finder or something like that. Fetish Simulator.
Yeah,
What's the other one? Is Hitler something?
Oh yeah, Sex with Hitler.
Man, it's crazy out there. What's that one I found?
forgot
the one
that that's
day? It
a
was
thing.
the furry fucker or whatever, and it had like a really good card based system. Like I was looking at the gameplay and I was like, damn, I might buy this. The gameplay looks great, but I can't.
Degenerate.
Can't
Whatever
justify
happened
it.
to good old visual novels and fucking Zone Tan? Jesus,
Wait.
what's wrong with you guys?
There's
I'm
still
pretty
visual
sure-
novels. That's most of the porn stuff on there. But
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure Fetish Finder is a visual novel.
It is. It is. That's why I'm saying like it's just a visual novel. I wouldn't say they're full on games though.
Sarah's sitting here like,
He's like,
damn.
hey, yo, what?
I'm just thinking, man.
I did start Game Deck, by the way, Paul. I just haven't
Oh,
gotten
you
very
did?
far. Yeah.
It's
but
free on
that's-
Netflix right now.
That is also true.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Well, I'm glad I bought it for you, but
I wasn't going to say that part, but I just wanted to say that I started it.
no, I'm not a parent. Fuck off. This isn't wrong Epic. Get Epic. Children's books streaming.
And me and Aaron have slowly been making our way through Escape Academy, so we're almost done with that one. We literally have one more level left. That has been fun to play through escape rooms. Apparently, there's a DLC for this game. I might actually give it a shot because it's been a vibe.
Game Deck's free. I paid for that for you. You better love it.
But that's it for me. So, on that note, I guess we can go to the news.
All right.
Let's see some news.
Let's go.
Dun, 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 dun,
Send
dun,
news.
dun, 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 dun,
Wait,
dun.
did you say nudes?
Hey man,
Yo!
Hey, man. Wait a minute.
What is
I
this
wasn't the one
skin?
bringing up all these sex sims, dude. I'm just along for the ride, if you know
There's
what I'm
a-
saying. Let's see
There's a
some
new
news.
Smite skin, I guess, like on the cover on Epic. Man, that's a racy skin, my guy.
Paul, a little happy.
I am, brother. Dark tan skin. Looks like just shields covering the amenities. This right here is a bad bitch, everybody.
That sounds like, is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon?
Let me look up Smite skins.
Hold on, let me get a drink real quick.
All right. So, news time. Yo, Avatar Generations looks cool.
Yep.
It kind of looks like a mobile game, though.
It is a mobile game.
Yeah, that would do it. That's why it looks like a mobile game. I actually wanted a
Free-to-play
real
mobile Mhm.
real Avatar game, but it looks kind of fun though. It looks. I'd play it, right?
I mean,
I'd
they're
play
still making Avatar stuff. Eventually, I'm hoping we get another full-scale Avatar video game again. We haven't had one since I
It'd
think
be nice.
Korra. I think Korra was the last one, right?
Yeah,
Korra was.
and it was fun. Story wise, not the greatest, but like it was made
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Platinum, so it feels good to play it. Which is, I mean, that's what counts sometimes. I might actually
That's
download
right.
that and play that again.
It didn't do too well in sales. I know that for sure.
Well, yeah, because it didn't review very well, but like gameplay wise, it's fun. It's like a short little experience, genuinely. It's I think it's like what 6 hours? I think total. Might be
I
less.
thought it was less than that. Shit.
Yeah, I was about to say it might be less than that. But like playing through it is just fun. Like the ability to just use all the elements to just knock people around in a platinum style environment is just kind of sick. But that's not what Avatar Generations is. It's just
Yeah,
team
turn-based,
fight.
team-based,
Yeah, team game.
tactics thing.
It looks like it's kind of momentum based a little bit. I don't know how to describe this with this little bar on the side that they're doing. It's a little weird, right?
Maybe it's like maybe Final Fantasy 10 turn-based where it's like the limit bar for it, where it just gives you the timer for it and goes and you can do another attack immediately. This way, you
Yeah.
don't really wait turn by turn.
Hopefully it's not a gotcha game.
More
might
than
be a
likely it
gacha
is because it is a free-to-play mobile game.
Ew.
You gotta get your S tier avatar Aang, bro.
So more than likely you're gonna have multiple copies of the same hero. You gotta fuse them together to get higher ranks and so on and so forth.
S tier avatar state Aang sounds amazing.
Yes, but
there's
how
gonna
much
be, like,
money do you
5
think
of
you
them.
need to get to that point?
All of it. You need all the money. You have to spend all the money. It's Avatar. Come on now.
Just don't end up like the dude who spent over $10,000 on the Diablo mobile game.
In
Oh
short,
no,
for the
that
people
that
who are-
dude just I don't know. That
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
fool.
In short, for the audience members who are listening to this who are not getting our sarcasm, we do not insist that you actually pay an exorbitant amount of money for this game.
I don't know. That's all on you. If you decide to pay
I
an
do.
exorbitant amount of money, yeah, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's I'm not
I'm
gonna.
a whale.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
We're
advise
whale.
against you being a whale. If that's your lifestyle and you can do it, by all means, that's on you.
Well, we're not encouraging it either, though.
Live your life.
So this is like a JRPG, but Avatar, but gotcha.
Not really JRPG. It's has a story, but it operates similar to that of like Rage Shadow Legends.
Well, I mean, like it's like,
So yeah.
wait, do they auto battle or like do you?
Yes.
It looks like
It's not clear. We'd have to actually get into
I'm
it and
guessing
touch
it's
it.
gonna
I was
auto
gonna say
battle.
it looks like you choose who to attack.
You have that option in Raid as well, but but like in Raid, there's not a battle button, so it doesn't really matter because more than like because of the elements, they're gonna do a fire, water beats fire, earth beats air, and so on and so forth. Have
Makes
the
sense.
Gotcha.
All right, so Black Firewall, the adventure begins. We got a launch trailer for that. That actually looked kind of fun as far as like a what would you call this? Like it's not cyberpunk. It's just cyber, right? It's cyber where
It's programming.
I mean it is programming. You are in a
It's
computer.
vaporwave.
It's vaporwave.
I would say it's like Bitpunk
Bitpunk.
ish because it's mostly about coding and the internals of a system detailing because the actual thing you're doing in it is literally coding. That's why I say maybe Bitpunk or Codepunk.
I need to even know if that's a real genre.
It's not. It's something I just made up.
I like it.
That
I think
sounds like
that's
the
gonna
best way
stick
to
for
describe King's Viking.
Or Hack and Slash. That
What
was
would
one of the
let's
games
see
that did it.
what would Cyber Chase be considered?
This just looks like a simple puzzle game.
It is.
It's a puzzle game with coding elements involved, so that's the idea, which is neat. I haven't seen an FPS coding game before.
What are you seeing in the realm of coding? Because the only
black
thing that I'm
text of
seeing is
walls
just,
with the actual coding signatures there.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to be. From what I'm seeing, that doesn't look like it's going to be a focus. That just looks like a.
That's something.
It
that
might not be a
is-
focus, but it's an element. Everything else looks to be like moving portions of code or blocking elements of a operating system together to make the game run or solve puzzles. Is my guess, but
It looks cool, regardless.
Yeah.
I was tickled by this. I thought that looks like a fun little experience.
if anything else,
That'd
like
be
if
fun
it is
to
a
look at.
coding experience, it's a cool introduction to it because it's kind of just like visualizing what it could be in an entertaining fashion, how to code as a beginner's idea.
I didn't really want to know what that would be considered if it, like the whole thing takes place. You know what? Let's see what reboot is considered. I want to know what that genre would be. Setting genre would be.
Well, Tron would technically be because that's also inside of a computer.
Yeah. What is Tron?
Tron is an amalgam.
Like that's the thing I need. That's the part that I need answered. What would Tron be considered?
Wait, considered as in what?
like the set, like its setting genre. Like you know how you have
Oh.
cyberpunk and then you have like diesel.
Oh,
and all that.
that'd be. I would just call it program punk because it's like, if you look at the old one, it's that old programmy cyber shit. But then if you look at Tron Legacy, it's like a high sci-fi cyberdyne. Hey, that's a cool word. There you go, cyberdyne.
It's
You're going by the newer Tron, right, Amani?
I mean either one works. I think that the set-
No,
I
fuck
think
the old one.
No, I'm just
Cyberdome.
wow. I was about to say Cyberdome.
Cyberdyne.
Cyber-
D-I-N-E.
Cyberdyne.
Or D-Y-N-E. Fuck! Coined it here. Let me look that up because that sounds like something I've seen in an anime.
You
or
have seen it in a
manga.
movie.
Cyberdyne. That's a university venture. Fuck off. I don't care about that shit.
It's also the name of the.
Japan.
It's also the name of the corporation that made Skynet.
Oh, wow.
Cyberdyne's a university venture that develops cybernetic technology. Oh. Wait,
That's
what'd you say,
kinda
Philip?
It's also the company in the movie Terminator that made Skynet.
Cyberdyne? Son of a bitch.
Yep.
It sounded so
You
cool.
thought you were slick.
All
Like when
art
you
is
said
pointed,
Cyberdyne,
I'm
like
taking it.
that sounds familiar, Paul. That's what I think
taking
about
it.
you. You're good.
I don't care. Hey, viewers, anybody that's like, what is Tron Legacy? Cyberdyne, alright? Cyber.
I love it.
Hey, maybe it'll catch on.
And if it doesn't catch on, I'll string you all up and kill you. No, I'm kidding. That's fine. I'm in a
Everyone?
weird
That's a lot of
place.
verses.
That's a lot of people. One versus all. I ain't gonna be stopped. No.
The one-man army.
No, it's gonna be one Latina chick step forward, like, stop it. I'm gonna just bow down. I'll be just like, yes, man. You know? I love you too. All viewers, if you know any single ladies.
Yes, please, by all means, let you know. Let your boy know.
Yeah, let your boy know. I've been single for a while. We're not going here. Let's go.
We could. We could.
I really don't want to. This is not the Paul therapy hour. It's oddly
We
coming
have-
out because I'm in the presence of friends, but it
We,
is.
no, I mean, like we have people that exist in the South Americas.
Yeah, ladies,
okay.
any of y'all,
We
you
have
like
audience
white
members.
dudes, you like Italians, you like Croatians, you like Irish, mix it all together, that's me. I'm a really attractive dude. Unfortunately, I'm 5'7", but my dick's long, so it's all good. I'm a loyal dude, throwing it out there. I'm a good person. I just, we all have problems.
But my dick-
I work through mine by the grace of God, and everything's good. So yeah, if you want a mixed baby, let me know. No,
And none of his problems involve his hands. Very good with his hands. Very nimble.
Exactly. Hey, I
Exactly.
was going to say, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm pretty damn quick, very gentle, and very good.
You hear how he's talking, ladies, right? So that also means that mouth is good too.
That mouth is very good.
Do you want to know what that mouth do? Please hit us up with Pepper Play and gmail.com.
Hey, put some juice on a plate. I'll show you how it's done.
Wait a minute.
I don't think we have enough Patreon pay levels for you to disclose that kind of information.
I
This
know.
man said he eats the gristle off the bones too, so don't worry.
Eat it up like Kobayashi. No? All right. Jokes aside, no, I like Latinas and I'm single. There you go. That's well, it's not all jokes. All of it is true, but we can't joke like I don't know.
It's too late. We've
No,
already
he's
joked
kidding.
with
He's actually in a happy
We're past
relationship. I thought you were honestly going to tie that back into the thing we just watched pertaining to the news.
What thing did we just watch? Oh, that shit. The second one. My
That was
bad. I'm
fucking
all over the
dumb.
place. If we
It's
were
dumb
if we
shit.
were to tie that back,
Would have been amazing. Would have been perfect.
what's it? Back firewall. I'm back on the firewall. That wall that Trump made because I want to help my honey get in there. There we go. I tried.
And he's got bars, ladies. All right, let's please move on to the next topic.
Oh god.
No, this is a weird fucking joke. I'm not fun. Let's keep going.
Yo, so
Sorry,
Strange
guys.
Academy looks really cool. I'm down for just Marvel Hogwarts.
I'm down for 12 more heroes.
It's Marvel Hogwarts. That's really what it's gonna be.
Who
It's,
gives a fuck?
it's gonna be fine.
Who gives a fuck?
Strange Academy is fine.
It's fine. It's got 12 more characters. They're either going to show up in the movies or not. You got all this storytelling. It's throwing. I don't care.
You're telling me you're
Even
not down
then-
for like a Marvel Hogwarts film?
No, because
You
I'm a
don't-
Harry Potter fan.
you don't
I just
wanna
crank up Harry Potter.
Nah, but you don't want to see like Dormammu's child or some shit?
I don't care.
Because that
It's
sounds
probably
cool
not
to
even
me.
gonna be Dormammu's child. It's probably gonna be like Doctor Voodoo and maybe like.
No, Dr.
two-
Voodoo is a teacher in there.
Yeah, but you know how
Dormammu's
this is a whole different universe now, and hey, they're welcome to change anything at
I
this
think
point.
Magic is also a teacher there, so that'd be fun. Magic. But yeah, Strange Academy, I'm down for it. I want to see.
It looks all right.
The
Oh,
comic
matter
book
of
is
fact,
really
now that I
fun.
think about it, it's gonna be weird because America Chavez is gonna be in it.
She probably should be there, so that's fine. I'm down with it. It just
Nah, 'cause
teaches.
after what happened in Multiverse of Madness, nah.
What you got against that?
Jones, I want to ask, were you disappointed by that movie?
I was not. I was like, this is probably one of the best Marvel movies I've seen in a minute that does not include, oh, it has such and such character in it. Oh, we're at this major threat right now. No, it actually felt
It's
like
pretty
a
like
really good
yeah,
movie
it's
done
pretty
by Sam
self-contained.
Raimi. And it's the closest thing that will probably have the horror in the cinematic universe from Disney outside of what was the other one that was on Disney
Werewolf
Plus?
by Night.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was pretty
Yeah.
cool. No one
Because that was like the closest thing that we'll have to like blood, twisting of bones, and everything like that.
I mean, Blade is around the corner, but Blade's probably not going to be scary. 'Cause
No,
it's Blade.
and apparently Marshall is getting frustrated that it's taking so long, and I think they're going to try to tone it down, which is a shame. Like, what the fuck?
Don't turn down Blade. It's Blade.
Dave.
It's Blade. Let
I mean,
him stab vampires.
They're toning down Deadpool, man. I mean,
No,
not
no, no,
Deadpool,
no, they said
Daredevil.
they're not.
They're toning.
Oh wait, Daredevil is a different story. I mean, they kind of could. Daredevil has adventures that don't involve him literally beating up everyone, but I
No.
like the original Daredevil.
Yeah, but hopefully they don't tone down the story. That's the thing. Because
Yeah, no, I don't think they'll do that. The whole point is that it's street level and darker. Like, the street level stuff just tends to be, like, funner. If that makes any sense. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
like, I like the bombastic going against, like, the impossible odds stuff, too. But I don't know, I just... You need to kind of come back down a little bit for a bit so that we can enjoy the fact that we're going back up there. Which is kind of why the Spider-Man movie was a little weird for me. Because we did Spider-Verse stuff, but I was like... I'm good on Spider-Verse stuff. There's a movie that's already covering this for me. Like, for real, for real. I was like, but don't get me wrong, I liked seeing all of them, but it's just kind of like, But I'm kind of looking forward to the idea that he doesn't, like, no one knows who Peter Parker is anymore, because we get street-level Spider-Man again, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down.
I'm actually looking forward to see what Sony does with their IP since it was successful. They're going to want to bank on it. And, it'd be cool to see another multiverse Spider-Man movie in live action with our favorite Spider-Man actors. That's my hope, but I don't know if that one's going to happen.
I'm good on that idea because, you know, Spider-Verse looks far more interesting to me in every way. Like, I just kind of I want to see those characters. I just want to see those characters, like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and obviously Tom Holland, just appear in Miles Morales, like the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, right? Like, that would just be fun to just have them be in it.
The only issue I've got with that movie is there's 9 main characters. I know it's split into 2 movies, but that's a little difficult to parse out correctly.
You say that. They did that in the last movie. I mean, I don't think there was a full 9, but, like, yeah, it was a decent amount of them. So I think they can...
Like, the main characters they focused on.
Yeah. They focused...
There was, like, people there to fight other Spider-Man, but those weren't main characters.
I think the main will be it's Miles, Spider-Gwen, and 2099.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
do the others as
yeah.
My bad. I'm just never mind.
Yeah, no, I think that's the idea because that seemed to be the focus even from the trailer. It's Miguel, Miles, and Gwen. That's it. That's the main focus.
And
Everyone
I guess
else
Peter B. Parker is probably going to be the other one, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
he's not going to be as big as a focus as this one, but he'll still be there. We won't get Noir anymore, which is unfortunate.
It is, but we get to see new stuff too. But we won't.
Mhm.
Wait, why aren't they doing Nora?
They're just
They never
not...
asked
He's
Nicholas.
just...
Yeah, they never asked Nicolas Cage to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Wait, didn't they announce who was it? Is playing Spider-Man Punk? Or
Oh,
yeah, that's
I'm
what's his
forgetting
name?
his name. He's in Get Out. He plays Get
Danny
Out.
Kaluuya.
That's
Danny
what it
Kaluuya.
Yeah,
Daniel Kaluuya.
He's Spider-Punk,
Yeah,
which
he's
I'm
right.
down for.
Yeah, I'm cool
Okay.
with that.
So it fits. He's Hobie. It's Hobie Brown. Next up, though, even though I was excited for, Strange Academy, Paul just shit on the idea. Sad.
I mean, it'd still be cool because
Forspoken.
yeah,
we got first
Look,
spoken.
I think it'll be cool, but it's not going to be as cool as Harry Potter.
I disagree.
I think
It's a matter of opinion.
I
think
disagree, but I'll fight you on it because I
I
feel
think the
like
threats are going to be interesting more.
the threats are going to be more interesting, and they'll have way more interesting combat going on in general.
You're literally a Marvel fanboy.
No,
You would suck
no.
Stan's
No,
dick
no,
if
no.
he was still alive.
Here's the deal, and this is why I say that. Harry Potter, everyone points a stick at everybody and shoots a little spell. It's basically a gunfight.
It's not a little spell always.
It's basically a gunfight. in Marvel, we can punch niggas. And that changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah, but that's like just the Harry Potter movies. There's like more that's a stat. I mean, look, I agree. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I do agree, but I like Harry Potter a lot, and I think the Marvel one's gonna be cool. But at the same time, it's like it just feels like more heroes.
No, I get what you mean though. Where it's just like
It's I'm getting to that point where I'm like, I don't care anymore.
I feel like
It's to be fair, I understand Paul's fatigue because Marvel stuff has kind of made people a little fatigued about it.
I watched
for a while.
She-Hulk.
I enjoyed it.
That's still better than
Oh, you
Twilight.
enjoyed it? Like I said, Stan's dick.
No, I just don't like the ending. I enjoyed She-Hulk though.
She
I
twerks with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, it's
Why?
like one scene, and I'm like, okay. It's an after credit
She breaks-
scene too. It's not
she
even like
breaks-
during the episode.
She breaks the fourth wall, and it's never funny. Like she's like my old boss from Home Depot.
That's how she originally is. That's how. Well, I wouldn't say that
Her character.
the movie is the most accurate
originally
to it,
is
but her
actually
character is like
funny.
true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Got the wrong actress.
She's funnier in UMVC 3 than she is in the show. Even though I still fucks with the show, I give it at least a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, that's what I would give
I'm
it.
a hard opinion person. I'm sorry, guys.
I will say I don't like that ending though, because the ending it goes for a hard like we're breaking the fourth wall, but nothing actually. There is no catharsis. Like nothing gets
That
tied up properly. So like
Like,
a
that
lot
was,
of the
like, the
plot
best thing.
threads, yeah.
The only thing I like about She-Hulk's ending was the little callbacks to the original Incredible Hulk TV show. But
Like I
again,
said-
that's not really an ending. That's just,
Yeah, like I
fun.
said, breaking the fourth wall and all the stuff that they did in it was super fun to see. But it sucks because if you gave a shit about the plot lines that were happening, there's no catharsis. Like nothing gets fixed. It just kind of ends. You know what I mean?
Which
like
is a shame because I want Jennifer Walters to be more than just a joke.
yeah, that's kind of the deal.
Yeah.
But She-Hulk is like 6 or a 7. I think people kind of blew it out of the water a lot of times, but I understand if you just wasn't finding it funny. Cause
It ranks higher for me than fucking Rings of Power.
I feel that. God, I feel that.
but
Rings of Power's art.
it's,
The Hobbits.
it's art.
Paul, I'm gonna
The
say
only
this.
saving
I'm gonna say
grace.
this once to you in a friendly manner. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know, but still,
It
that's
is literally the only thing that got right. Past that, everything else sucked, and that's like 20% of the show is good. I agree. It's dumpster fire.
Yeah.
It's a pretty dumpster fire. Though.
That's a rare review. It's a dumpster fire, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Actually, never mind. Someone could probably say the same thing about Avatar.
I was just about to hold in my joke, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to
Go
bring
ahead.
my opinions into
Someone
this podcast.
for sure can say the same thing about
That's
Avatar.
that's what the podcast is for. Say your opinions.
Well, then, I was about to say.
No, wait, hold up. Let
could
me do
people
this
say
real
the
quick.
same thing
Wait,
about
wait.
Avatar?
Wait. Before he says anything, I'm gonna just point this out here
Wait,
before
which
anybody
Avatar
says.
are you talking about?
Either one. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I'm pretty sure. Like,
Oh, you
from
talking
what
about
I've been-
James Cameron though?
James
Yeah.
Cameron's Avatar.
I was
not
gonna
Avatar
put a
Last
warning for anyone that was gonna be triggered out there, only because of the fact that Jones is notorious for having some wild opinions, some
I'm
hot
just saying,
takes.
I mean,
So you don't like Avatar?
it's alright. It's like a overglorified special
I agree,
effects
100%.
movie.
I know, I agree.
It is a movie you go to the theater to see because it's big, it's high budgeted, and it's spectacle, and it does break grounds with CGI. Past that, it's not the best storytelling. It's literally just
Like
There.
literally,
fine.
when by the time Avatar came out, that was during like the other quote unquote, I guess like cinematography renaissance when it came to films, because that's
It-
when a bunch of anniversaries was coming out. Everybody wanted to be in IMAX. Everybody wanted to be like digitally remastered for
Well,
the new audience to enjoy.
The first Avatar came out when the 3D TV thing was a big boom at the time.
That was also a thing too. Yeah.
That
So-
shit was probably one of the most useless things that Sony tried to push out, but it worked in theaters oddly enough.
It's easier to do in cinemas than on TVs.
They can't.
Without
You
all
just
the
can't.
awkward scenes of
Yeah.
whoa, I'm reaching out to the audience.
yeah. They push that a lot. There was always stuff coming out. It's like
I
I'm
remember.
Imagine
not
that
real.
IMAX 3D.
I remember the really extremely brief attempt they tried to make 3D TV shows. That was a dumpster fire.
Oh wow, they shouldn't have did that. Why make a 3D TV show? Just let the. Oh wait,
The
I do. Remember.
3D TVs.
I mean, yeah,
That's-
but like you would just let the I guess the best way to describe it is if the 3D TV already exists and it can just put out whatever you're watching in 3D, there's no point in making a 3D show.
No, it's the idea
just,
of putting an effect like reaching out of the screen or having something thrown at the screen. That's what I mean by made for 3D. They try to do that with a few of those shows. Yeah.
Can you name at least one? I would love to know one.
It's been a while since I checked the list. Give me a second. Keep going with the docket. I'll look it up in the meantime.
All right. So next we got Carnival Hunt.
Wait, we didn't even touch on Forspoken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you kind of didn't. Poor Forspoken. Look, this game is awesome. It's the cinematic trailer for it. It looks amazing. I can't wait for this game to come out because the demo is out. I guess it's the best way I could describe this for this game. If you actually want to just see more about this game and understand it better, like the demo's out. Go play the demo. But
People are saying that they played the demo and they, in comparison to the cinematic trailer, which does look freaking awesome. It looks so sick. It looks so sick. And everybody's like, yeah, I just wish the game was more like this cinematic because they're saying it looks like the demo didn't. It kind of like fell flat a little bit.
I enjoyed playing it, but I can understand where people might look at that and go like, I don't know, I feel like it should look more like this. But
Dramatically speaking, that reminds me of Watch Dogs 1. But at the same time, though, Forspoken is one of those games that I feel like is going to be overblown hype and it's going to be alright upon release, or it might be a success.
There's no shadows on the interior in Forspoken. Like, I'm not a graphics guy, but that's just like...
I was enjoying the gameplay for this when I got a chance to touch it. So I can understand how people kind of look at the cinematic and go like, "Why isn't it like this?" But I also kept in mind that the demo didn't give me all my moves. It gave me like a select few to just kind of get a feel.
Can you describe what the gameplay was like?
It is like a faster pace Infamous. It's the best way I can describe it. So if you ever played the Infamous games, it is like that, but like you are doing a lot. they ask a lot of you at the same time.
Flash and budget with Infamous, right?
You're constantly switching between like spell styles, so to speak. So, like whereas Infamous had you like pulling stuff from your environments, you kind of are just switching between like your powers on the fly, and certain spells have cooldowns because
that
they
was
just
very
do.
pretty. Watching the gameplay.
From how you're spelling it out, that sound no pun intended. That does sound pretty sick. I do like games that keep you engaged like that. That sounds really interesting.
I think the best way to describe it is that it has a hint of like Devil May Cry stuff, character action stuff going on, which has a nice little letter grading whenever you get into fights. And so when you start messing around and doing systems, you see how well you're doing. And I'll admit, it's kind of tough to get it up there, like to get it to like those higher rankings. Because when I was messing around, I was like, oh, I need to be doing more. And by the end of the demo, I was getting A's. Whereas when I started, I was like, I'm getting bodied. I'm finishing these fights with like F's. How?
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So it's got like a somewhat of a high ceiling?
I would say it does.
I like that.
And it'll scratch that loot itch for you too, because they have like loot and stuff like that in there.
Yes, I love loot.
I was gonna backtrack a little bit. So I took a look at the list of 3D TV shows that was made during that time frame. Less than 15.
15.
And they were mainly
15's more than I figured.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of shows. I think at most maybe 2 whole on shows. Most of them were 3D specials. During the World Cup back in 2010, the PGA World Cup, a few nature documentaries, animated historical documentaries like Flying Monsters, which is the Flying Pterosaur, 3D Kingdom of Planets, Tokyo Control, which is a Japanese drama series, and a kids animated series called Water and Bubbles in Italy.
Huh.
Hey,
And 2 Oh yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and 2 Doctor Who specials,
Doctor Who had to get in on the action.
which is weird, but all right, go ball.
Forspoken, is it 60 frames on console or is it gonna be 30?
You could switch it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So
Is there like a big difference?
I went for performance mode because that's just who I am, and I felt like it was running at 60 to me, so I went with that.
Well, does like quality mode? Does it have like ray tracing?
Yeah. It has ray
tracing. Yeah.
Well, it does what all PS5 games are doing right now, which is like It has quality. It's like quality, performance, and then it has the mixture of the two, where it's like, hey, quality with ray tracing, or well, no, not quality, performance with ray tracing, and then they have like a obviously, ray tracing is the big thing. Ray tracing is usually put on most of the stuff, but kind of like how
There's
Spider-Man
so
did.
many particles in this game.
Yeah,
Paul,
that is the thing. It is a busy game, and when you start getting
Paul,
certain
if
powers, you're
you're-
like, there's a lot going on the screen
Yeah,
right now.
Paul, if you were curious on the minimum requirements of what this is just the minimum. I don't know what the recommendeds are. Is Intel Core i5, 2500K, RAM 8 gigs, GPU, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960 at 2 gigabytes for
This for Forspoken?
Forspoken. This is the
Oh,
minimum.
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
This is the PC version, yeah.
Well, that
Storage
means
is
it
50
scales
gigs.
down quite a bit for a lot of people to play still. That's good.
That part we won't know until release. The
What
recommended, the recommended
Oh.
is a Intel iCore i7, 16 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA GTX 1070.
That's what I got. I'm good.
Okay.
But I'm probably gonna mess around with it. I wonder how it would play with a mouse and keyboard, genuinely, because I enjoyed playing it with a controller. But like, I now that we're mentioning
lot
it's on
like
PC, it seems like it'd be kind of fun.
Is this gonna be playable on PC?
Since it's a
Okay.
PS5 PC only release, I'm mainly going to stick with the DualSense because haptic feedbacks.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I like that. But I'm just as I was playing it, I'm like, this probably the twitchy nature of how you can play on keyboard and the game itself kind of it seems like it will complement it in a way that's just unexpected. You know what I mean? Especially since it's kind of a shooter, kind of not. It's like a weird little hybrid. Whereas like how Infamous like 2 was, where it's like kind of a hybrid, kind of not. Half the
a
time you're
melee
shooting,
shooter,
but then you
yeah.
also can like spend your time just beating the crap out of people half the time.
I'll be honest, man. This game, like the effects, the monsters, everything about it looks incredible. But it's like something about the characters. It's like they don't look as good as they could, and I don't want to nitpick. And it's like
I think it's when they're attempting to go so ultra realistic and actual like
something had to get
physical.
scaled back.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's just not enough where they get to Uncanny Valley. I think that's the idea. At least because these are actual actors modeled into the game.
Yeah.
Also, your little cuff talks to you, and it's kind of fun. It seems like something that people would get annoyed with, but I actually kind of liked it. I enjoyed the banter between them. Cause
I mean, you have a talking head that talks to you in God of War.
I mean, yeah, Mimir's also kind of pretty funny too,
Yeah.
genuinely. So it's fun. I think that Forspoken's gonna be a fun time though.
This looks cool. Looking at the actual demo gameplay, yeah, all the beats you hit on are there, and it does look very engaging. I'm like actually way more interested about this after seeing the demo than seeing the teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very busy looking game though. Like that.
Like I said,
It's kind of like it's like when I first got Battlefield 4 on the PS4. I wasn't used to games looking that good, you know.
Mhm.
And so, like in the campaign, I got lost. Like there would be enemies standing in front of me shooting, and I was like, I can't see them. Where are they? You know? But I guess it might be like that a little bit.
Yeah,
for anybody
it's
that
gonna
hasn't
take
seen
some
games
adjusting
pushed
too
this
once you
far.
get like certain. There are certain fights in the demo alone that I got to and was like, "There's a lot going on right now."
Mhm.
There's a fight that's kind of fun. I kind of enjoyed where you fight like 50 dudes, which is not a normal occurrence inherently. But there's like they just send like wave after wave of like a lot, and I'm not exaggerating when I say 50. I'm trying to actually gauge how many they sent at you at one point, and it's like probably around 50. It was fun. It was a fun fight. You were just going in the whole time though, but it was just
Okay.
and that's in the demo, and so I was like, okay. But they pretty much open it up. It's a pretty lengthy demo. They give you the ability to save and everything like that because it's like they pretty much they drop you in a section of the map and just say go do whatever you want to do in this area, and then when you've done everything, they give you a final boss thing to go fight, like a powerful enemy, just so you have an idea of how it's gonna feel to fight stronger things, and then like the demo ends. But it's like it's a decent chunk of time you spend in this. Like I had like 2 sessions playing it, like so I was like, okay, it's just a demo.
I gotcha.
But Carnival Hunt, which is just this one's also a cinematic trailer. Wait a minute, let's see. I'm trying to remember what it is. I remember seeing some like.
It's
animatronic
another
ponies.
Killers versus Survivors game.
Okay, there we go. It's kind of reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's a little bit with the animatronics. I don't know what is up with the animatronics being the thing, right?
Wait, what game are you talking about?
Carnival Hunt.
But it's a Kickstarter game though, so that's
Where
always
is
fun.
Carnival Hunt?
It's
Oh,
the
it's-
the blue text.
It
the first blue
doesn't
text.
show the thing. It just okay. My bad.
That threw
It's
me
like-
off too, dude.
I'm going crazy. Excuse me.
I think I'm gonna have some fun with that, scaring my friends. Looks like a fun
What the
time.
fuck?
Trying to not get murdered by your other
Bro,
fellow
I
toys.
want to play as the bunny.
I wish to be the bunny.
I don't want to be anything else because that's terrifying.
I think you can only be the bunny, right?
It doesn't specify it, but there are character killer models designed and specified as well. So I'm assuming it's going to be another isometric hunting game.
Asymmetric.
Oh,
Asymmetric, yeah.
That's my best guess. It's gonna be kind of fun though. I think it'll be fun. These games are always they always come out and they're pretty fun to mess around with. Like even though we didn't really like the Five Nights, Friday the 13th one as much,
Mhm.
it was still fun to mess around with that one, just because. Obviously Dead by Daylight, we have fun with that. And then we never got the chance to play Prop Night. I'd like to play Prop Night at some point. Among Us is pretty much like this too, so and especially with the new game mode that they put in, where you're just straight up all monster. Which is weird. They did actually just put in a game mode that's just this.
Hmm.
All right, got next. We got apparently we got a lot of Carnival games. Carnival Row. Actually, this one's a show.
Wait, which one?
Carnival Row.
Carnival Row.
All right.
Is that another one of those Apple TV shows?
Amazon, actually.
Oh, Amazon?
Apparently, season 2 is coming out. Admittedly, I've never watched the first one, so I wouldn't know. Let's see what it's about.
I forgot it existed because season 1 came out like a good while back, if I remember correctly. Then I remember like it probably came out right before COVID hit, so as soon as the season released, COVID hit, so production was halted for a good while.
It says,
Is my guess.
check out the Action Packs second season trailer for Prime Video fantasy drama Carnival Row. Second and final season. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's the final one? Okay.
That
so
sucks a little bit. I hope it's completed, though. Like, I hope it actually feels, like, complete.
If that's the case, then how many episodes was the first season?
8.
Maybe it might have.
It might be.
It might be done. Yeah, it might be done if that's the case. In the fantasy world, where humans and creatures clash, the upcoming season continues with the former Inspector Ryncroft, aka Bloom, who was investigating a series of gruesome murders. Meanwhile, Lynette and the Black Raven plot payback against an unjust oppression inflicted by the Belge human. I actually don't know how to say this. The Burrs. I don't know. It's an organization of human leaders. You know, I'm kind of interested. I'm kind of interested. I might go back and actually check it out. Especially since the first season, I mean, you guys said it was like 8 episodes?
Yep.
Yeah, give it a shot. It's worth it. I don't see why I wouldn't. Next up, we got... Oh, yes. We got the thing that started an interesting conversation from before. Sailing era.
Tell him, Barrett.
Let's go.
How hard are you right now?
oh, dude, I'm bricked up.
Barrett?
I'm freaking getting boned
Yeah,
up,
right.
dude.
Bathroom jerking off right now.
Oh, man.
To
Hey,
sales.
whoa.
Wait, okay, so I think I just saw a review actually from Noisy Pixel, or it was another one of my YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. That's the I don't know if you want to call it like a management type of game or a simulator, a life simulator involving like the trades between Europe and South America, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You're
It's a little bit more active than that because there's full on like ship battles. It's not in like you playing the
Dude.
character on the ship, but you control them in mid combat.
Yeah, this is like patrician, but if you like took direct control of your own company and went around and actually gathered your own shit. I think this looks fun.
actually
The
I
thing,
think
weirdly
they
enough,
gave it
think
like
it's
a
kinda fun,
6
too.
or a 7 out of 10. From what I know so far, I do give it praise for the voice acting. I heard that they actually got the characters speaking their native tongues, and it's not just somebody trying to impersonate a
like a random.
wherever the
Wherever they
characters
come
might come from.
Yeah. Looks like the combat is exactly like I thought it would be. It's Assassin's Creed 4, but in top down.
from.
They got it in that shit.
Realistic sailing and everything. Do we get to hear shanties? That's the real question.
Well, it'd be cool to see your shanties and their native tongues.
That's true. I'm down for it.
This looks like a really interesting game, actually.
All right. So next up, we got One Piece Odyssey finally out. Actually, Jones, you got a chance to touch that, right?
Yeah, I have gotten shit for describing that the demo was a little longer, and especially since this is all supposed to be the tutorial, but it's pretty fun. From what I've seen from reviews so far, pretty much from the demo is going to be the same way. You're going to start off with having majority of the crew. You got to find the rest of the crew after you crash on the island. Everybody's stupid, dumb, powerful, of course. Everybody's in their 40s. They got all the moves so you can test out the combat and how it's supposed to operate for you and between each of the different Straw Hat members. And then suddenly introduce the new character, which
His audio's
after
out.
she touches everybody, they lose all their memories of like how to fight, I guess, in a sense.
Okay.
is it? Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just totally left me for a moment.
Okay.
I was making all
good.
sorts of comments about the sailing game. I was like, oh no, it's not landing.
But unfortunately, we got none of it.
Well, maybe it recorded it. Maybe it got off everything.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The new character basically touches everybody in the crew. They forget how to fight. So this is your excuse for why everybody doesn't have their moves or why they can't.
But
Why
I
Luffy
started
can't go
level
gear
1.
second.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Excuse me. And
That's an
then
interesting way of
apparently
doing
you
it.
switch. Oh, go ahead.
That's an interesting way of doing it. Is it a devil fruit? I'm assuming it's a devil fruit.
I think it might be a Dofru or it might be just her ability. We'll find out when we go through the game. Because I mean, even though whenever they do a game like this and it's non-canon, they always introduce some type of crazy ass devil fruit. Like back in I have to put spoilers here because of the type of person that I am. If you have not played One Piece Unlimited World Red, and even though this game came out how many years ago, the main character, not the main character, the main villain actually had a devil fruit, a mythical Zoan devil fruit, the bat fruit model vampire. So Luffy fought a vampire. You can cross that off his list now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Um,
What, I feel
Other
like
than
that
that-
one's weird enough that it could have just been in the default world. Like, why is that one not canon?
Look, we're at how many One Piece movies now, and why are some of these devil fruits not mentioned in the main canon? I don't know.
Because model vampire just kind of makes sense.
And plus, if that's the case, it's too late to include it because we already got past our thriller bark. So
True. That would have been the time.
other than that, the game apparently switches between like two areas. It's like on one part you have the island that you crashed on, which is like Warford or something like that. I think that's what's called Warford, and then you have Memoria, and that's basically the part where you go through some of the select memories of the Straw Hats crew's journey. So that's where you got your Alabasta Indies lobby, the Paramount War. I don't know if they're going to do anything after that. But I'll give an update once I get the game next week to see if they go do any of the other arcs.
That's fair. Alright. So next up, we have TCI. Oh, man. Right on the Edge 3. Get excited for Motorcycle again.
Yes.
I'm
I
excited.
am the cycle.
I am the cycle. I will become one with the cycle. If not, then the dirt.
In
All
this
right, Kamen
role-playing
Rider.
game, you
So-
play as the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Might as well. It'd be funny.
Bro, what do you do besides this? Like, is it
I think
actually
it's
a
a ra- I
racing
think it's a
game, or is it
racing
just
sim.
you drive through the Tour de France? You know?
Is it a racing sim? I think it's a racing sim.
Yeah, it's a racing
Because you
sim on the
remember
Isle
they
of
had
Man.
well, you remember they had like that the Tour de France game where you actually take control of the entire race on a bike, and it's not a good game. And I'm wondering because this looks like the same location, I think, but it's on a motorcycle, and I'm like, fun, yes, the bike. I don't know. Nah, I'm being an asshole. I think it was good.
Hey, play
It's for-
the
wow.
Fully Cooley soundtrack in the background while you're playing it.
Actually,
enough.
this would be a therapeutic game, you know?
He switched up on it real quick.
Well, no, okay. Well, you gotta remember, man. I talk a lot of shit, but I don't mean half of it. I say it because it's fun, you know.
I can see it being therapeutic, but then I'm also seeing this man hit like 200 or something miles per hour and going like, nah, I'd be stressed.
Yeah.
I just-
If that's the case, then say the same thing about Gran Turismo. And you got a race.
Yeah.
My man
The
hit
only
this-
thing I'm not liking about this game is it's so closed off. It doesn't look like there's much. Like, I don't think he could wreck if he tried.
Did you
Watch
say
me.
that? Yeah, I know, right?
I'm watching him. Yeah.
This is professional.
In this trailer,
Throw my ass.
you're the only one on the track. I kind of feel like it would be maybe a little bit more interesting if there were other
That's what I'm saying.
combatants, but I don't even know if that's not the case. Like it
That's
could
true.
very well be you have some little racing opponents.
The whole game is you trying to hit time trials and test out new engines.
That's
It's like,
true.
All right.
But
that also is
that is
that's
not
actually
bad.
pretty fire too.
I was
Hey.
crazy on Dirt 2.0 for a little while, and that's you got a little British man shouting commands at you of what turns are coming out, and that was very engaging. This looks
Yeah, I
like
heard-
all of that without the engaging part.
Yeah. I heard Dirt is oddly stressful because it's like realistic as hell.
It's so stressful. It's very much.
From-
I
so.
want a little British man yell at me. The turd!
Take a back of your bike, dude.
If anything, I would suggest
Oh, no.
probably watching Eris Avoiding the Puddle for it, because that man does nothing but play like Soulsborne games, fucking Resident Evil, whatever racing sims that he can get his hands on. I did watch that Dirt one. I think it was Dirt 3 or 4 that he did. And that was pretty wild. He already he said, "Fuck this tutorial, man. I'll go ahead and call out everything that's supposed to that you're supposed to do when you're doing a turn." And I'm like, okay then. I wish I had that type of knowledge in racing.
All I know is drift. Even when I'm not supposed to drift, I'm supposed to drift.
All I know.
Some
All I
people
know
are
is
born
drift.
with it.
That's what I get for playing arcade racers, so I don't play a lot of Sims.
You're playing all those archaic games.
Archaic racers.
Well, there's a Super Nintendo one called like something the Baja, and it's like
The
a
Baja.
quote unquote realistic racing game through like the dunes and shit, and like in like the Hummers. Man, as a kid, I played that game. I couldn't beat a race. I would just lose.
But you just have fun, didn't you? You just have fun
That
just
sounded
driving.
like fucking. Oh my bad.
No, you did. What does it sound like?
No, I was gonna say it sounded like either Ridge Racer or fucking or like the early days of Gran Turismo, or maybe it was Need for Speed, because it was one of those 3 racing games that whenever you tried to race, you had to also avoid being caught by the cops because they can find your
Oh, no, that's
ass even though
definitely-
you're
that'd be
fucking
Need
racing.
for Speed, yeah.
Yeah.
That does sound
Oh
like
my
Need for
god.
Need for Speed Baja Blast.
Need for Speed Hot Blast, yeah. Cops in Gran Turismo? Never heard of it.
Shut up.
No, I just can't remember. It's like it vaguely is burned into my memory when I revived my PS1, and I still had like this whole stack of like games. Half of them was racing sim, the other half was like random ass shit from my childhood. Like again, Tarzan, Toy Story 2, Spyro 2 and 3, Crash 3.
Sounds like you had a
And
good
when I
childhood.
popped in Need for Speed, I was like, okay, then let me go ahead and see how this is from back then. Okay, I'm racing. Woo! Fine.
You're like,
Okay, then,
damn,
so let me go ahead and do this
there are
again. I'm now in
cops.
5th place. Woo! 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 Get caught one more, you go ahead and you lose the race. Well, then just fuck this then. Fuck you.
Just instantly quit. I don't know how I played this as a kid. F this, man. F this game.
For real. And I'm like, I still don't know how to control this shit just yet, man. This is PS1. This is not like playing on fucking PS3, PS4. Fuck this shit.
It had to be PS2. I don't think Need for Speed came out until PS2. Did it?
It was-
Hold up. What was the first Need for Speed on? I'm genuinely curious now.
Hold on.
Let's see. Need for Speed. I'm probably gonna get the reboot one, and I'm gonna be upset.
And that's what.
The very first Need for Speed
1.
came on the 3DO.
For what?
Yeah, it came out on the PlayStation and the Saturn.
Hey, wait, hold up. That says PS2.
DS,
that's
DS,
Underground.
DOS,
That's
and
the
Windows.
original
The Need
Underground.
for Speed in 1994 on the 3DO, Saturn, and PS1. The very first Need for Speed, which the word "the" was part of it.
The Need for Speed.
Oh, okay then. Ironically enough, it was probably either 2 or 3, cause looking at the fucking
That's a vibe.
the cover art for it.
The Need for Speed.
Need for Speed Underground, Uncover, Shift, Nitro, Midnight Club was still my favorite.
I did
Unbound is
get
currently my favorite.
it was like Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. It was like this tiny little, it was like a spin-off, I guess, of Need for Speed, and you only get to use Porsches, and it was for PC. And I feel like I got it in a cereal box or something like that. I honestly have no idea how I came into possession of this game. And I could like barely even play half of it. It didn't work at all. I had an ancient, archaic, if you will, PC.
Jeez.
And that was my introduction to racing game, and I fell in love. I was like, "Oh, this is so sick! My PC is crashing every time I boot it up."
It's like amazing.
I'm
go.
upset because Midnight Club is never going to get another entry because it's owned by Rockstar, and the last one was released back in 2009. So Midnight Club and F-Zero are now just in the graveyard.
Oh, don't you know Midnight Club is just implemented into GTA now?
I know. I just missed the actual racing portions without going through all the other stuff.
They just made it GTA.
Oh my god, I'm sorry I had to say this on the side note because I had to look up the news about this. Oh my god, we actually won against the Chargers. Oh man, this is gonna be so bad right now. I can see the city going crazy right now.
You gotta know. But
This is gonna be a wild few months now.
next up, apparently the Russo brothers rejected Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch crown. They said no to the crown.
Wait.
That's fine.
Wait. So
The
wait,
disrespect.
you're talking about the regular M crown that goes over like majority of her forehead and the side of her face, or we're talking about the crown that she actually wore in the?
Actually, we'll see. Let's see. Let's actually see. I'm pretty sure it's the M crown, which makes me sad because I like that crown.
For a Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, I first time seeing it. This looks bigger than Breath of the Wild. I'm done. All right.
He was like, "Wow, bigger, done." That's all I
Oh,
needed
don't
to know.
worry.
No, I mean it looks good. I just
Oh, that game's already pre-ordered. Trust me. I'm gonna go through that. I'm determined to go through more Legend of Zelda games.
I am actually kind of interested in that one because that original first reveal trailer, I looked at it and was like, "Oh, you have my attention." This second one, actually, I saw less of what I wanted to see in the game, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, they just didn't decide to go with the M crown for her, and I'm like, oh, sadness. But that's about
I
it.
think it's because they gave us the nod back in WandaVision.
Yeah, they did. Which was a nice little nod. It was a nod, but it's like, nah, give it to her, man. It's a part of her costume. That's the thing. I mean, granted, I'm thinking about Fox. Fox never gave Wolverine his blue and yellow spandex. Or brown and yellow spandex. Or even a
Well,
black.
yeah. Well, to be fair, the reason being, at least for like in terms of story, for the Russo brothers not giving Scarlet Witch her crown yet, was it's still pretty earlier on in her lifespan and her career, so she wouldn't have fully became the Scarlet Witch as quote unquote yet, because even by the end of Endgame, she hasn't fully figured out everything she was able to do.
Yeah, but then we look at Doctor Strange too. And then they go like, I feel like you're there. I feel like you seem to have figured it out.
No, like from WandaVision and then, like, yeah, but that's, again, this is during the Russo's run. After
That's
the
true.
Russo's run, that's what
true.
they finally gave, yeah.
They just felt that she just wasn't
Ready yet.
ready. Which, I mean,
Mhm.
it's fair. It's fair. We talked a little bit about this before, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has 9 main characters revealed into the sequel. And I'm trying to remember who is everyone. I know we got off rip. I know we got 2099. We got obviously Miles. We have Gwen. I know Scarlet Spider is in there. I know Spider-Punk is in there.
Spider-Woman.
What did you say? Oh, Spider-Woman. Yeah, that's true. I almost forgot she was in the last trailer. We know Japanese Spider-Man is in this movie. I just don't know if he's a main character in this movie. I want him to be. I would really appreciate it since he was one of the first people they talked about being in this film. I want to see Leo Pardon.
Oh, Spider-Man India.
Right, we did know about him too. Okay. So we got like one more.
There's a cyborg Spider-Woman.
That's right. There's Cyborg Spider-Man. Or Spider-Woman.
And Spider-Bite.
Spider-Bite's in this film?
Yep.
Huh. Okay. It's kind of cool.
At this point, just give me just give an awkward ass nod to Ultimate Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man.
They did.
Just
Spectacular Spider-Man's in one of the trailers.
Yeah.
Well, no. He's in the poster. He's not in the trailer.
He's in the poster. He's not in the trailer, but we might see him as like a cameo during the film.
We got Unlimited,
do
though.
it.
Mhm.
Do it. I don't care if it's like 15 seconds, like the 60 Spider-Man cartoon in the first movie.
We
Just
also
give
got
it to us.
Monsterverse. And we know the main villain is the Spot. We actually know quite a bit about this movie and still nothing at all, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, with the
That's
amount
how
of
it
characters
should be.
involved, we
Yeah.
have no idea exactly how some of the reactions are going to be involved. More likely, there's probably a team versus team fight because we already know Miguel's trying to.
Miguel is
throw
trying
hands
to
at
murder Miles, bro. There's no other way of talking about that. Every trailer has this man getting choke slammed. Every trailer. I'm like, damn. Coming for him. I don't know what he did. Oh. So this is a fun one that we gotta mention. So, Rainbow Six Siege has a crossover with WWE.
I'm excited. I don't play the game.
It's weird crossovers, man. Weird crossovers.
They've been loving their weird crossovers lately. They had one with Nier.
Thorn is Becky Lynch.
Is Undertaker?
Those
I think I saw
graphics.
Undertaker, right? Is that Undertaker?
Yeah, Blackbeard is Undertaker.
See, Blackbeard, yes, the Undertaker. Yep. Looks like who else was there?
That's all
I think
that's there.
Yeah, no, two. No, the second guy, the second person, the redhead one.
Oh, that's Becky Lynch.
and Undertaker.
Becky
that's all
Lynch.
they
Okay,
got.
yeah. Becky and Undertaker. Okay.
You would think they'd put more.
I thought they were
I
going
would think,
to,
yeah.
but I guess they've done that before. Nier, I think they only put 2 skins as well. They just put like Boy Nier and 2B, pretty much was the deal.
They did Nier and Rainbow Six Siege?
Yes.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
No.
No,
So weird.
at this
No.
point, just stop, please.
No, they did. It was definitely there.
Let me look this up.
It was the crossover before this one, actually.
This looks stupid.
Yeah.
This looks really, really stupid.
Crossovers
Like,
are strange, man.
Like, why is that a muscular arm 2B? She's supposed to be elegantly feminine, bro. Don't give that bitch square shoulders now.
Now let her punch things. It's fine. She can lift a truck.
Yeah, she can.
She
Bro,
can do
this
it.
is
She
weird,
could.
bro. Like, their texture work. I never want to see an ultra realistic. What's the developer's name with the mask?
You're thinking of Emil because it's Yoko Taro, but he wears
yeah.
he's wearing the Emil mask.
I don't
so
ever
it's
want to
Emil.
see Emil's face in realistic graphics, bro. Iana Elite set. That looks bad, bro. That looks so. Who decided this? Ubisoft was like, yeah, they're French, right?
I think so.
we would like to the players would like us to say. That's incredibly offensive to the French. Not that I care because I'm Italian, so fuck y'all.
I think
Well, Ubisoft has just been weird about the crossovers for a while now because the last crossover they did, and this was a big surprise, Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, no, that one was pretty weird.
No. Monster Hunter.
I forgot about that being a thing. What did you fight in it?
You don't. You just get armor.
For
Kolv Taroth gameplay and siege mode. Oh, that's Monster Hunter. My bad. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. Oh, X Monster Hunter World? Oh, wait, no. This is in Valhalla. You made me think it was in
Yeah, it's
Siege.
it's in Valhalla. Valhalla. I said Valhalla.
oh, it's in oh
Okay.
well that has.
I thought you
worse
said
too.
it was Valhalla and Monster Hunter World in Siege. I was
No,
like, what?
no. Yeah.
That's even crazier. Imagine the wearing any Monster Hunter gear.
Oh, see, this actually works though. It's the it's that one. It's one of my.
It's the
favorite
Rathian armor
armors.
in Valhalla. That's about it. No monsters.
I guess that works, but that's a weird crossover.
And then your mount is that's what it is. That blood dog fucker and his armor. That shit looks dope.
Odegaard. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that Otoda Garen? Okay.
Yeah, the blood dog fuckers.
Is it Blood Dog like Odegaard and Clifford?
I forgot all the names. It's been a few years.
Fellas, I gotta dip out early.
All right, no
Oh,
problem,
okay.
man.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
All right, Bear. Well, it's good to see you, buddy.
Glad to have you
Likewise.
on
Excellent. All right, till next
Get on
time.
more.
Easy.
Yeah, yes, sir. Understood.
for sure.
All right, peace, guys.
Deuces.
All right, peace. Man.
All right, so let's go ahead and hit this last stretch. So we got Sword Art Online, the movie.
All right, next. I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically, like that's an interesting movie. I guess I'll check it out. I guess if I feel interested enough to check out Sword Art again, because damn,
You haven't been interested in checking it out for a while, though.
yeah. Sword Art be like that. That's just how Sword Art is.
Don't worry,
Get to
as
the
long as
next
it
one
does
'cause it's
good
a fun
domestically,
one.
it's fine.
All right, we got Monarch, which is kind of cool.
What? Oh shit, wrong one. I thought it was Moon Girl.
I know.
Oh,
that one is
it's
next.
one of those other ones. Damn it.
We got Monarch, which is by Image Comics, that's coming out. This looks actually really kind of fun. I enjoy it. The little trailer that we got here, that's like this little preview, kind of gives me I want to say,
Sci-fi.
I'm forgetting Cowboy Bebop. It gives me Cowboy Bebop vibes. I don't know why. Just the trailer itself just gives me.
It's the music.
Yeah, it's the music
I don't
and the
think the
sci-fi
thing
elements.
itself actually looks very Cowboy Bebop, but
I don't
that
know.
music sounds like New Japanese.
But it's Image Comics, so I expect good
Japanese.
things. It's very cosmic. Actually, it seems like something you would definitely like, Paul. Look how cosmic it is.
Wait, do what?
Monarch. It's super cosmic. Like, it seems like something you would enjoy.
I see that in the picture, man. I'm excited. I haven't bought a comic in years. I think I might start buying comics again and start with this.
Yeah, Monarch is, I mean, because it's Image, it'll be its own story, its own world, like, that's happening, so you'll get to enjoy that one from start to finish and not have to worry about trying to figure out everything. It comes out February 8th, so, you know, keep an eye out for that one, guys.
Okay.
Next up, we have Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which is honestly super fun looking. I'm kind of
Dude,
excited.
it looks like the Proud Family, but they took like it looks almost like the storyboards of the Proud Family what they would be, but then animated into just the storyboard animation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It looks really unique.
I'm vibing with it for sure. I can't
I
wait.
definitely
Looks
can't
fun.
wait
I
to
like
see
the
it.
comic.
Go ahead, Jones.
I'm actually surprised that it's coming on. It's actually airing on TV as well as on Disney Plus. So that's actually good. Kudos. Plus, they actually giving it a chance.
Like, this is a character that's like weird but fun, and they're doing fun stuff with it. Which
Yeah.
I guess that's a part of why I want Marvel, because I like the MCU, but I don't mind if everything is not in the MCU. Like, even if they said that this takes place in the MCU, right? Even if they said that, it's cool to see something else be done with this.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very interesting character that, like, not a people really know about, that they're just doing something fun with, and that's cool to me. I'd like to see the same thing for, like, Squirrel Girl or something like that. Just doing little side things to be like, hey,
I was about to say,
you know,
yeah.
it'd be...
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, just like my whole like Marvel thing, my rant from earlier. I want to specify. It's not that I hate all the new shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that any of the live action ones, like the automatic assumption is that it's in the MCU,
Mm-hmm.
and there's just no cohesive way to make that work right now. but they're going to do it anyways. Whereas something like this, where it's a side story, like Werewolf by Night, is Werewolf by Night actually in the MCU?
I think one more.
Yes.
I think Werewolf by Night is, but they just it's on its own. Like it's just fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's like,
in terms of any prior connections to it, they make none of that.
What I'm saying is, I like them when they stand on their own. I don't like when they have to feed the like Shang-Chi definitely like.
stands on
I think
its own.
in its own way it stood on its own, but it's kind of played in that narrative. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like you can't keep setting up big things, big heroes, playing it in the fucking or like the Doctor Strange Academy. That's great. Show all these heroes, but also like where do they fit in the movies? Are we gonna get to see them? Like
personally,
it's overwhelming.
I kind of hope not. I hope that they like if they do Strange Academy, like we'll introduce the teachers will be the things that we introduce as characters that now just exist, right? But like we probably just won't see the kids again unless it's unless it's a Strange Academy movie. What's up?
My bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I was gonna say like one thing they could do. This is the Paul Bosch seal of approval. Not that it matters, but it was when you do the movies and you have the big events and shit like that. If an episode of the show takes place then, and they won't do this, but they could do like special episodes that tie in with that, so you see their side. So it's kind of like the big comic runs where the big events happen, and you'll have other comics that'll have like one or two comics that tie into that event. The rest is their own story continued. But you know what I'm saying? You'd have that side piece to if you want to explore more of the story
of what they did or what. Yeah, that would be fun. Just to
See,
be like,
that'd be fun.
it's like this is what they did when this happened. And it's like, all right, cool.
I don't know why I made that noise. It just felt right.
But definitely more. Like I think they're doing a Silver Surfer special. Is coming out at some point.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited.
it's gonna be a special because it's just gonna be pretty much like how Werewolf by Night is, where it's just gonna be him doing his own thing, and then maybe whatever happens and it might play back into something, but for the most part it's like, hey, Silver Surfer, which I figured you'd be excited for that because it's your boy.
Yeah.
Next up we also have The Last Barbarian, which is also from Image Cards. Let me see. This one looks kind of fun too. Alright, so this one's pretty much back with a high fantasy adventure in The Last Barbarian. Small Run series launches from Image Comics, Shadowrun. You think you're in a fantastic world full of full of giants, magic, and flying fish. It would be a world of possibilities, but you get it wrong. Sylvie is a jack of all trades. She can fight. She can fight with the best of them. She can pick most locks. She can even cast third levels. Is this just D&D? She can even cast third level spell or two. It's too bad for her that you aren't a member of the guild. Yeah, she's not a member of a guild. Persona. What's happening in this? Persona's non-grant. Persona non-grant. Complete the outcast of adventuring. Just find minor exceptions. Disable. Okay, so this is basically. It's gonna be a short series. Oh no, they have different covers is the deal. As I'm like scrolling through the description, they have like other stuff for it too. This looks like fun. It just looks like a high fantasy adventure taking place in almost a D&D style world, in which you want to essentially be a member of a guild, but you aren't. Well, I'm saying you aren't. Sylvie isn't. It kind of changes its perspective for some reason. Like during the description, it starts saying you for some reason, and I don't know why it starts saying this. Which is why it was throwing me off. I'm like, what? But it looks fun. I think it's gonna be a vibe as far as like if you like fantasy, pretty much. If you're just a fan of like fantasy stuff, things like that, it's like this will be kind of sick. Plus, people like the strong female protagonists. We'll see how it plays out. Which is kind of funny because she's the last barbarian, but I'm down. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we have this. Okay, it's time to get into this D&D controversy. D&D's being weird.
I'll leave y'all to that because I heard I heard about something going on with that.
So, in short of what's been happening with D&D, the owners of D&D, Wizards of the Coast, Allah, and Hasbro, have decided to revert back to their old licensing agreement, which was called the OGL, the Original Open Game License Agreement, which apparently just allows them to open source the platform of D&D to anybody who wishes to make it, play with it, as well as profit off of it. They choose to make things their own games. Right. Using this open agreement license, end up creating popular series with Critical Role, the original Pathfinder platform, and so on, and so many so forth. But recently, over this past new year, they decided to roll back with it with this leaked document of OGL 1.1, which is an updated version of it, which is now saying moving forward that anybody who makes a certain amount of profit of $750,000 moving forward has to give them a cut of a 25% 25% of their profits, as well as any property, any and all that that was made by with the D&D platform name. Wizards of the Coast now fully owns and can use within their own right any reason. Not to mention the fact they also have the ability to change their terms of the conditions whenever they like to, and they're now also thinking of seeking back reprimands and payments off of old D&D projects that exist in the past. For instance, any movie, game, or project or tabletop RPG that was made off D&D in the past, they now want to cut.
Which is well.
It's understandable from a business standpoint because it was only a matter of time before some shit like this was going to happen. But on the other hand, you asking for 25% this late in the game?
And the fact they're retroactively not asking for a cut, which, that's not going to happen, especially since quite a bit of the property, it's also debatable when they say, it's based off of D&D because like this. You can't prove that. Not to mention the fact that if it's owned by a bigger company, they're not going to want to share a quarter of the profits made from that property to you.
Yeah.
Damn straight. If anything,
it's also the fact
you
that
guys are just trying to bank on fans, making more ideas for you.
The retroactive part is, I think, the most fuck shit out there.
It's what makes it kind of scummy, is the fact that you're like, well, you owe us money because you made this thing while we were literally agreeing that anybody can make anything.
Mm-hmm. It's like the creator of The Witcher who are now who tried to sue CD Projekt Red for more money. You signed it off for less money. You thought this was going to go anywhere.
Yeah, for the games.
Yeah,
I do want to say the games specifically. He didn't make the same mistake with the show, thank goodness. But it is on him that he didn't do that with the games. Because it's like you signed it over for nothing, dude. That's on you.
That's on you. Yep.
And in this case, it's like you told people they can make things for free with this, so they made things for free.
Free with it, yeah.
Like it's scummy to want recompense for all the stuff that they made when you told them go ahead, right? But it's not scummy to want money for things based on the thing that you created.
If it's moving forward, I get it, especially if it's like a profit for a lot of money. That part I'm generally okay with in business sense moving forward. It's the fact they're retroactively trying to get money out of it, and also for the fact that because I also hate the fact that anything that was made off of the D&D name, the players who created it, especially their own ideas, are not theirs. It's owned by D&D entirely, or Wizards of the Coast. Like, that's very scummy in my eyes.
So, let's hope that this kind of gets changed a little bit, or at least tweaked, right?
They're doing damage control at the moment, but here's the thing. If this doesn't get tweaked or doesn't get fully rectified, we have other options because another company named Paizo has, in reaction, made their own licensing contract, OCR, open contract request, where it allows pretty much the original OGL, allowing for anybody to wish to use their systems instead, which is Pathfinder, mind you, across the board.
Bet. It's always a vibe.
Mm-hmm. So fear not, D&D players. We have other options. It just sucks. Gonna move forward for a little bit, transitioning if this is the case.
For sure. All right.
Next.
Lazy bastards. That just says that you guys are just using us for your ideas.
Mm-hmm. But more positive note on coming up the news, a big update coming to PS5 and PlayStation, PS5 specifically. Big 7.0 update will allow full Discord and ability to stream integration for PS5 games moving forward. So our boys on the PS5 who are strictly PS5 players are now able to join us in Discord.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Now we can have a bunch of fun with all of our homies. Enjoy everybody
Mhm.
together.
The type of
Woo!
connectivity we only dreamed of back then.
I know,
Besides
right?
shooting each other in the face.
It's great to see progress finally. It's no full announcement of when it's going to drop. I think it's like estimated around sometime in May, but it's cool that's finally coming. Full integration across all boards, except for Nintendo Switch players. We're so sorry, but complain Nintendo, not us.
Yeah,
for
Nintendo's kind of
real.
the main one that's kind of
They only care about the gimmick of their consoles and their hardware. They still got a toy mentality when it comes to their games. For some
Mhm.
reason, I don't know why.
They have a toy mentality, but also have a very scummy copyright mentality, like extremely scummy.
Like, hey, it hasn't failed them for 100 years now. We just gotta wait for the ROMs to get leaked out, and we're good.
Yeah. Next, final bit of the news. John Carpenter had. Oh no, I have more news. Sorry, I just scrolled down. Shit. Yeah. With the
no.
announcement of Dead Space game coming out in a couple of weeks, apparently there was still in development of a Dead Space video game. John Carpenter, which was weirdly enough the one who leaked the information out, even though he's not involved with the project at all. Which
Then why the fuck are we here?
he may be like Dead Space. That's all I can really say.
That's fine, but I mean, unless you're gonna come in and do what you did with the thing on Dead Space, or at least hire the special effects team that actually did the original the thing and the prequel.
The 2011
I was about to say-
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, the prequel, because I think they said that one wasn't done with CGI. They actually used practical effects.
Originally they did. They went back on that.
Assholes.
Yeah, with this one, we have no idea what the Dead Space movie is. I just find it interesting and a little suspicious that they're doing it at the same time of the release, roughly the same release of the game. And I'm thinking, like, this feels familiar. Like, when Dead Space 1 originally first came out and there was the animated movie that came along with it.
They're probably trying to bank off the success themselves and trying to do the same thing, honestly.
The first
they
step,
actually
the
said-
remake is to put it back in everybody's head. The movie is to kind of make some money off of it. Because it's like, but
Well,
to be
here's hoping
fair,
the
those
game's
games could
good.
probably use remakes now. They came out, what, PS3 era?
PS3 era, around
Mhm.
2008, I think Dead Space 1 came out.
So, yeah. These are actually games. Hey, Naughty Dog, this is actually a game that could use an actual remaster or remake. It's crazy. It's crazy, right?
What game?
Dead
Dead
Space.
Space.
Dead Space.
Oh,
I'm saying this
Dead
to
Space
Naughty
deserves a
Dog. I'm
remake,
saying this
yeah.
to Naughty Dog because they did they did a remake they did a re-release and a remake of Last of Us.
Last of
1.
Us. Yeah,
And I'm
remastered
like-
for the first time and the full-on remake on the graphic.
And I'm like, this game it's not unplayable at all. Like,
It really
It's-
isn't. And we're about to hit the 10-year mark for the first time this year, honestly.
If
people
anything
were,
else, because I mentioned this before to Jones, if a remake I want still to be good nowadays, I want a remake of Bioshock 1.
yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. Like a
Ironically,
remake of
though-
Bioshock wouldn't be nice.
Ironically, though, if it does well, and I hope it really does fucking well, Atomic Heart will be that scratch that itch.
Not
Can't
exactly,
talk.
but I get what you mean.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But next on the list, we have announcements from Giancarlo Esposito, who's been in talks with Marvel to potentially portraying Professor X. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that.
He wants to get out the evil man role.
Yeah,
Let him
yeah,
do
he's
it.
been playing villains left and right.
I mean,
Like,
he's
let
in.
him- let him do it. He's a
not a
capable
villain
actor.
in what's it called? He's not a villain in.
He was a villain in The Boys. He was a villain,
Villain in Far Cry 6. He's a villain in Better Call Saul, technically, and Breaking Bad.
I wouldn't even say he was a villain in The Boys. He was leader of
Well,
a
he's-
company, but he wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah. Not fully, but he's Vought. And
Yeah,
He
he
knows
was
very-
bought.
for real.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on, and he's able to talk shit to
He's not a villain in
Homelander.
Kaleidoscope
Homelander.
either.
I haven't watched Kaleidoscope, so I have no point of reference.
He's the main character in Kaleidoscope.
Alright. Well, that's good. At least it's one. Well, that's one named role we can say that he's not a full villain. But it is like he's hoping this time he actually plays a full-on hero, because this will be the third person ever playing Professor X on the silver screen. So it'll be cool to see a
I'm kinda
comparison.
down for it.
And Yeah, it'll be cool. I like to see what other potential cast members they're doing because I know they're still going to get Hugh Jackman as Wolverine at least for Deadpool 3. I don't know if they're going to keep him with him.
I
And
just hope that
whoever
he
else.
goes on, he wears the costume, and then he goes like, "Hey, X-23.
More than likely because Deadpool 3 and Ryan Reynolds has a lot of pull with the funny stuff. They're going to make Hugh Jackman wear the original suit. Well,
which is all
one of the
I
two
ever
original
wanted.
suits. Either the blue and white spandex, the blue and yellow spandex, or the orange and black spandex.
Whichever one they do, just sign Hugh Jackman up for at least a 2-3 movie deal, and then you bring in X-23.
They did
Don't
bring in
torture them.
X-23.
Wait, what?
Remember Logan? They already have X-23. I don't think they'll still use her, but you know.
Unless they're gonna pull what they did with what's it called with Far From Home. Yeah, just reintroduce X-23.
Yeah, just use a new actor. Call it a day. I don't know if the actor is old enough to just be X-23 though.
I mean, they can still do a
She
kid
might be.
X-23. It should be a teen X-23.
Yeah, so it's fine. I
Actually,
mean,
no
X-23
way.
is a teen, so.
I'm gonna call this right now. If Jenna Ortega actually ends up being X-23, I wouldn't be surprised.
I ain't mad.
Yeah,
I'm mad
yeah.
one bit.
I wouldn't be mad because it would make sense right now in like what's going on with her career because she's actually like going up right now from being a scream queen to basically being our Wednesday right now.
Yeah. Has anyone watched Wednesday?
I've not completely
Yes.
watched. I want to. Never watched.
Wait, did y'all just talk about? I'm sorry, buddy. I was.
Oh, we were just talking about like Jenna Ortega.
Okay. Dude, Wednesday is like a really long Tim Burton movie. I dig it.
For real.
It's actually done well.
I mean, it's all directed by him, but you know.
Next
Yeah.
up, HBO Max is getting a price change after
It's
the
only a
last
dollar
season.
increase, but still. Yeah, it's only a dollar increase, but it still sucks.
Yeah. Also, what a pointless show to introduce, but whatever.
Fuck that shit, man. Everybody's going up on their prices. Now you're saying HBO Max now, and then Disney Plus also upgraded their shit for the
It
bundle.
was going to be inevitable that the prices were going to increase anyway. It depends on the breaking point for some people.
It's already fucking like $16. Now you change it to $17.
Well,
You
it's
might
like
as well
what,
give us
20 bucks for Netflix. It's like $10 for Disney. Hulu's like $12 if you're not doing the bundle. HBO Max is now hitting to 14, I think.
No, it was already $14.99.
So it's
Like,
$15.99. Okay,
Cool.
it's $15 now. Paramount Plus, I don't know, and so many others I don't know.
It's kind of unnecessary for them to be going up like this, though.
It's inevitable because they're always going to increase the price one way or another because this model, well, it's profitable to a degree, it's not profitable in the long term. So they have to slowly increment it up because budget cost gets higher.
Sorry.
Fair.
That was a hell of a stretch.
You good?
So Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland faces felony for domestic violence and charges.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Wait,
do?
weren't you the one that was like that was being executive producer for all these other shows and games and everything like that afterwards?
Yep. So he's it's actually not recent too because back in 2020 he was also charged for domestic violence or was it false imprisonment charges or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. But yeah, he's now fully charged with the allegation. And moving forward, well, we had a good run of stuff from him, but based on how I've seen Hollywood it operates, it's probably going to be a miracle if he has a career after this.
All I
I
can
wouldn't be
say is
surprised if
that-
he does.
I mean, it'd be cool if he didn't, but I've seen like nicer people get shafted for less.
Yeah. Shit.
True.
Which is fair. Speaking of someone that probably should actually no longer have a career, but for some reason still does. Ezra Miller, he amends to avoid jail.
Yeah, he's still going to jail. He pleaded guilty to the charges, and instead of a year in jail, it's only 90 days.
He did a lot. I don't think
He
90
really
days
has.
is enough.
It's not.
man-
It's really not. But
Regardless if you plead guilty to it or not, like you did a lot of this stuff.
This
lawyers
man literally went on the
a lot of
run.
lawyers. Yeah. And the thing is like it's really scary because apparently WB is still willing to work with him. Like, seriously, you got rid of Henry Cavill who did nothing wrong, and you're willing to work with this fucker.
I don't know
You fuck over
why.
Ben Affleck for another potential good Batman movie.
He was about to direct his own film, and that would actually have been cool because Ben Affleck's when he makes his own stuff is actually pretty good.
It really can be.
Ben Affleck's Batman movie looked like it was gonna be freaking sick too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also got rid
like,
of that Batman Beyond movie too. So it's like,
Man,
like,
Batman Beyond movie,
of-
that ruined my dream since like
Of
99.
all things they canceled and got rid of, you're still willing to stick with this guy. Like, what the fuck?
just cancel the Flash movie, call it a day. It's
Hey,
not like
man.
you're using
Seriously.
the-
You don't
At
need
this-
to use the Flashpoint at this point just to reset the whole thing. Just start from scratch. Say nothing happened, just starting over. That's it. You don't need to have a film reason to do so.
It's sad because this is like what the second DCEU reboot technically. Because the
No.
first one was supposedly supposed to
No.
happen or got announced
No,
like
no,
after
because-
Justice League.
No, it was Man of
Or
Steel
Batman.
all the way to Justice League, and then they just like kind of ignored continuity to a degree with the rest of the films.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I guess if
Matter of fact,
anything,
hold
it
on.
was like a soft reboot, but I don't think it really was.
Now that I think
Wow.
about it, did Suicide Squad come after or before Justice League?
They came before.
No, wait. Not
The,
The
first,
first
it
one?
wasn't
Suicide
Justice
Squad
League. It was Batman versus Superman. Did it come after or before Batman versus
After.
Superman?
It came after.
Okay, then everything makes sense from the whole Slade cameo at the end. Okay, yeah.
Next up, we got Hitman Freelancer.
Yep. Which
Oh.
to make it easy for everyone, it's not a new Hitman game. It's all 3 Hitman games put into one entry. This way, it makes it a lot easier. They're turning Hitman 3 into Hitman Freelancer with all the content from 1 and 2.
Okay, that's actually kind
Yeah,
of
which is dope, honestly.
Which
Yeah.
okay,
Long
do we
game.
still have to pay for it?
Probably.
You still have to pay for it, but you get all the content down to 1. You're not paying for the content for all 3 games anymore. So all existing people who have Hitman 3 right now will get the content from 1 and 2 put into 3.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like that
think-
should have been there in the first place, but okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're
Yeah.
doing it. They're adding it in, but they finally changed it around. But yeah, it's cool though.
Go ahead, Paul.
You
I
better
don't
give
even
these
know.
you better give these bastards all the DLC and all the exclusive shit that we had on PlayStation 4 in the first game. Y'all better do
I
it.
think they
I
will
think
set the
it's-
time assassinations like the celebrity ones. I don't think the Sean Bean one is available.
You were saying.
What was I saying? I think I was just mentioning, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if you own all the... Because I read a thing about it. If you own all the content already, it just bridges it all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Or it's like an upgrade down... It might be an upgrade download, or you pay, like... Or it just does it automatically. I don't know. man.
It's automatic. You don't have to pay for anything
You see
extra.
what I'm saying? It was already kind of confusing with all the
Yeah.
episodes and all this stuff. But then... or like if you own Hitman 1 and you got Hitman 2, it'd be all that content in there. Then Hitman 3, you'd have all that content in there. And it's like, why didn't you just release this already?
Exactly.
I don't know. Release them as whole games, not piece games.
I mean, I understand in the beginning when Hitman 2016 first came out, they wanted to have all the players in the community to be as one, to actually work together to find out all these different ways of killing the targets. But now at this point, it's just being convoluted. And
Well, I
I
think all
really
the
do
episodes
feel-
are out at this point.
They
So
are.
you can
It's
just play
all
it
the.
all the way through
It's
if
the
you wanted to.
exclusive content that I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, the
they'll-
time-based
because there was
stuff.
the time-based stuff. Yeah.
it's like Game of the Year edition without the Game of the Year title.
Yeah, essentially. But I think that's how. Well, actually, this is Hitman's owned by not by. Is it owned by Square anymore?
And no, it was what's it called
It was owned
IDOS?
by
Is that how you
IDOS,
pronounce
yeah.
it?
Idios,
Yeah.
Idios Montreal. Yeah, no, they sold it. Oh, that's right. Embracer.
Embracer
Yeah.
owns it. Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
it is.
There we go. That's why. Never mind.
All right. So next up, we have Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania.
I refuse to watch that trailer.
This trailer tells too much.
Yep, that's
It
why.
It just tells a little bit too much.
It really does.
This is
and
why I
I'm
don't
mad
watch
this-
second trailers anymore.
At least it's less than a month away, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
we have some time to enjoy it and to relax right now.
I'll keep my surprises, please. I refuse to watch this trailer. I've seen enough in the first one. I get the idea. I don't need to know more.
Side note, real quick: Ryan Airy from Screen Crush and I forgot whatever the name is from Heavy Spoilers. Both you two, I better not see no type of like theory videos or like leak content and everything like that that's been going on, because you guys always do that. I always watch your videos after I watch the movie. So I might just block you out from my subscription algorithm until then. So I'm sorry, but you know.
Yeah, because people always like to just drop the spoilers for it sometimes.
Literally the day of the release.
That's
Literally
the
the day
worst.
of release.
If you do that, you're an enemy of the state. You're an enemy of everybody. That's just what it is.
You're enemy of
Nah,
us in general.
It's too late. Like, give it at least a week and a half before the release of this movie here in the States.
Not the same fucking day as soon as we try to play the game. Or watch the
game,
film.
or watch the movie, or anything. It's the
Or
worst.
the episode releases, any of that. Come on.
Always gonna do it.
Ubisoft canceled unannounced projects, and Skull and Bones are delayed again. This game is not coming out.
No, and here's the thing. This is actually one of the first times ever where I'm actually a little worried that the amount of delays for it actually might make it worse. Because it kind of reveals the state of the game just being...
Clearly something's not working.
Yeah. And the fact that 3 games were quietly canceled, how much you want to bet one of them is actually Beyond Good and Evil 2?
It says unannounced projects.
It's a very slim chance.
It's a very slim chance, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Because
it's
if
3
anything-
unannounced projects. So it's games that were in development that they never got the chance to announce that are gone.
Okay.
The odds of them being like new IPs though is very high, because
They would have been.
with these bastards it's always the same thing.
Or
Far Cry,
they
Assassin's Creed.
or Prince of Persia if they didn't announce
Bro,
that.
if they canceled a Prince of Persia game in silence, I ought to choke somebody.
Watch
At
it.
this
They
point.
watch it. They were doing a Rayman remake and they canceled it. Like, you motherfuckers.
Bruh, you canceled Rayman. I feel so bad for you guys. You guys don't even have Rayman Legends right now.
They really haven't done anything with Rayman since Rayman Legends.
Nope.
Exactly. Where
That game
are
was
we
pretty
at
great,
right now,
though.
Ubisoft? You keep creating these open world games which are nothing but like
They're copy paste.
land drivel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
Like,
becomes a chore. Like every single time, well, almost every single time you play it, it becomes a chore. I know people enjoyed Far Cry 6, but it's just a copy and paste experience because it's just the same stuff again and again and again.
It really is, and it's making me real sick of like open world games in general. It's half the reason why I can't enjoy games like Horizon Zero Dawn or anything like that nowadays.
poor Horizon is fucking rolling in its grave right now. They can't win. They just can't win.
Here's hoping the DLC is great and actually brings them back up somehow. But
I feel
that's
it's just hilarious to me because it's the same kind of game that beat them both times. Minimal
God of War
dialogue,
and
just
Elden
exploring
Ring.
open world that doesn't involve all this like specific storytelling, and it's like, damn, bro, way to get beat out twice by the same kind of game that you refuse to make clearly. But like, it's not that they should join them. I think that the first Horizon game was really fun. I think the second one has some good things, but I just can't focus on it. It's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie.
It's much bigger. It is much bigger.
Which is not. It's actually a
Helping.
detrimental thing, to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
making a bigger game, especially in a time in which, like, I understand that people want like more bang for your buck, but when your games get too big after a certain point, it's like, how am I supposed to finish this?
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having with Elden Ring is going back in. I'm thinking like, oh, this is great, and then I'm thinking, oh, I got a lot to do.
Like
I
Elden
got a lot to do.
Elden
Oh,
Ring
God.
came out, and I was willing to just say bump everything else, just to play Elden Ring. Right, and I still managed to play smaller games in between because they're smaller games. They don't take much of your time. Still managed to play Sifu and Roller Dome and all those other games while they came out because they just don't take up nearly as much as your time. But like Elden Ring came out and Horizon came out, and I started playing both, and I was like, I wanted to play Elden Ring. I want to play Elden Ring. Like, it calls me back. I play Horizon, and there's nothing wrong with Horizon, but I'm not nearly as drawn back as I am with Elden Ring, where I'm like, I want to fight this next boss. I want to see this new cool thing. Every time I turn around, I'm seeing something crazy, and that's not me trying to be like an Elden Ring stan in this case, but it's just like, if the game were shorter, genuinely, if the game was just shorter, I'd be like, I could probably bump this out, right? I'd push forward and just trying to beat it.
I think that's why I like a tight knit package. That's why I guess God of War held its own for at least a while now. For a while there, for against Elden Ring because it was a smaller, tighter package.
Plus, it didn't come out at the same time. God of War just didn't
No.
come out at the same time.
Mhm.
By the time people were
Oh.
done with Elden Ring, they could play God of War. But God of War is also running into the same problem, where God of War is way too long. And people are like,
Yeah.
I'd like to play other games besides this one, but, still playing God of War.
Hey, that's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted a single player Destiny-like game with the RPG elements, at least from Destiny. I'm still never gonna let that go. Uh, just to have, daddy son time.
I just...
And even then, nobody still likes the sun.
No, Atreus is cool. I just don't like the RPG elements, honestly. I can't stand the RPG elements. I just want to play normal God of War. I just want to play the system as it is, fine. Just give me new weapons every so often. Like a little bit more often than they do in that game, and I'd be fine with that game.
They want you to
Keep
matter
the
of fact,
same
I don't even
level of
know if they still give you
exploration.
the Blades of Chaos from the beginning.
No, they do.
Of the
You
second.
do.
Oh well, then hey,
You
the only
keep, you
thing
keep what you
gotta do
had.
is just
You just gain. I think you gain like one or two other weapons. I think there's 2 weapons you get throughout this one, which is nice. You stack on 2 more, I think. But,
eh.
the game starts you off
Yeah.
with like 3 different fighting styles off rip anyway. So,
It's fine. I mean, whenever the time comes when I get my PS5, I'm just gonna play it for the story anyway.
You can
Fuck
play
everything
4
else.
right now. Do you have a pro or a regular?
Oh, I have a regular PS4. Again, this is my day one, baby. This baby
Oh.
still is pushing right
it
now,
can
and it's
still
going
play
on
it.
10
It's
years.
just probably
It's
gonna.
not gonna run well. Yeah.
Fuck, no. I learned my lesson from the first God of War. I learned my lesson trying to play Apex Legends on this shit. No.
It
I
can
will
run
try to get a
Apex.
pro
Wait a minute.
sometime
It could
later,
definitely
but right
run
now I get a
Apex
5.
Legends. It could definitely run Apex Legends.
You could. You definitely could.
Yeah, but my PS4 is gonna be blowing like a bastard.
Yeah. It will. It's a little intensive.
But next up, we got, unfortunately, Inside Job, after season 2 has been canceled. It
Yeah.
has not been renewed for another season.
So after it was canceled by the original studio, which I think was it 20th Century, right? I can't remember exactly.
Mhm.
Netflix picked it up, hoping for a second season. They went back on that and canceled it.
It's really unfortunate. So they had
And,
their second season.
Mhm.
That's it, though. No, nothing else. We're not getting a third one. I don't know why. I've heard nothing but good things about the show, which is why I don't understand why it's getting canceled. In this instance,
In this case, it's partially Netflix's fault because remember they were slashing a lot of the animation studios. I think this was part of that cause down the road because it wasn't driving enough, or they just like this is not worth the cost for it in the end. So I don't know. It's just unfortunate.
next up we have Kingdom. Speaking of Netflix, we have a Kingdom. We have a Netflix game. Kingdom, The Blood. We actually have a gameplay trailer for this one with the full-on commentary for this. Love the show. Kind of can't wait to play this game a little bit because it looks kind of fun.
I really need someone to explain to me what the hell is going through Netflix mind when it comes to these games. The only thing that I've seen so far is nothing but a speed trivia game and choose your own adventures.
Netflix is releasing games, but they're mobile games. So
but this one is
they're
a published one. The Netflix is just publishing it because the show is what it's based after.
Yeah, but if you wanted to play Netflix games that were published on your device, it's only mobile titles, not actual games.
As I'm looking at it, is this just Dark Souls or like?
Ew.
It's fast. Maybe it's Neo. Maybe it's just more like Neo because Neo is like fast Dark Souls. Showing K-style action. What is K-style action? What does that mean? Is it Korean style action? Is that what you're going for? Oh, you get to create your own character. From the looks of it. That's kind of cool. Or maybe you're just customizing them. Because I'm looking through it just to check it a little bit again. Is that a priest? It's kind of fun. But I'm kind of looking forward to this. The show was awesome. right? And it looks like it's going to be kind of fun to just play a game based off of this show. I'm wondering when the game takes place. Because I'm not sure. I'm wondering if it takes place... Do we know? I think we might have had this conversation last time. I don't know if it takes place after the show or before.
I'm not too certain. I'm not finished with the show.
Because the first 2 seasons come through and it's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just kind of Zombie Neo. This is kind of what's happening here.
I mean, I'm down for. I'm down for that.
For it.
I guess. Yeah. It looks dope. It's if it's still just a mobile title, I'm a little apprehensive.
Oh no,
but,
this is not a mobile title. This is very clearly like a console type thing. Have you guys looked at the? Yeah, this is not a mobile. Have you
No,
looked at the gameplay?
No, I have. That's I've seen. I see the thing is I've seen good gameplay for mobile titles in the past.
No, this is no. I mean, yeah, but you could. Good. The best way to describe it is good gameplay for mobile titles looks like they were made for mobile because that's usually how that works, right? The good, actually good gameplay. Well, that's true. We did watch the one game the other day.
Yeah.
The last time I think it was 2 weeks ago, or somewhat 2 podcasts ago at the very least. The anime one. It was based on an anime series that looked ridiculous, and it was apparently a mobile title. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And then Genshin Impact is kind of like that too. It has decent gameplay for well, that's good gameplay for a mobile title. I'll give it that. That's fair. This multiplayer? Huh? I didn't expect that. They actually have multiplayer in this, co-op multiplayer. I was that's crazy. Yeah. I got a style customizer. All right, there's a lot going on in this game. So, yeah, this is not a mobile title for sure.
It's a PC mobile cross-platform title.
That sounds like a vibe. Let's go.
So yes, I was right as a mobile title.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, look at the trailer. Click on 349.
God, I understand mobile gaming is supposed to be the
349
future again, but
yeah, minute 349 in the video.
Oh,
PC and mobile cross-platform is supported.
I don't even know how you're supposed to play this on mobile.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, I see. They just put the thing on there. This looks ridiculous.
probably with the controller add-on attachment or whatever.
No, the way they show it actually looks kind of ridiculous to try to play this.
Yeah. See, the thing is, this game, as cool to be with a controller, you have to think of it casually. Nobody casually would want to buy a controller set up just to play this game.
I was about to say, I don't know about that, because Call of Duty Mobile is a thing, and
yes,
people
but
have
most people don't have a controller attachment to play Call of Duty Mobile, though.
That's true. Yeah, if you're playing Call of Duty Mobile, you're not really trying to best leaderboards or anything. You're just playing it just because you wanted to play a little bit of Call of Duty. Honestly, if you were going to do this, I'd probably prefer you just put it on Switch.
Yeah, most mobile players aren't hardcore, so they're not going to go that extra mile to get the extra stuff.
Hey.
But it's on both games. It's all consoles. And so, I mean, people that want to play it, I mean, in a way that's not going to make you kind of pull your hair out. Because it's an action game that requires you to dodge and move things around properly.
They somehow get it to work fine. Great. I'm still apprehensive is all.
Same.
But yeah.
Doesn't look awful though.
Oh no, it looks great. If it runs well and it does well, then cool. If it works great on PC, I already have a good platform for that because I'm not downloading this from my phone.
Yeah, no, that's a fat no. I refuse. Lastly, we have Once Dead Again. We got the exclusive combat trailer, which actually does the one thing I needed it to do, which was explain what the hell is going on in this game, as far as combat goes.
You can hack. You can hack and slash. You can third-person shoot. You can even do some gun kata. Yes, this looks dope.
It's also apparently hard. Mixing the two is kind of the plan, so I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to that a little bit.
I mean, I did see some a little bit of jankiness in some of the animations, but it's still a work in progress.
Oh so yeah, but it's I mean, I'm looking at this being this is basically a Suda 51 game, right? It's got a little bit of jank, but ultimately it's doing what it's supposed to. You know, you know what I mean?
And like I said, this is, as I mentioned, it's an indie project.
Pseudo or
It's-
sweary? I think I'm thinking sweary. It feels more like a
I think you're
sweary
thinking
game.
sweary more than Suda. Suda
It's
does
more of
have
a
some,
sweary.
yeah, less of Suda. Suda does have that action aspect, but they're more bombastic in the style.
Yeah. Well, no, from some of the trailers we've seen, it gets kind of weird. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
this is definitely sweary though, sweary style. But we do know that he's not behind either, like this game at all, right? Like confirmed.
I mean, let's double check.
Yeah, we might as well. Let's see.
Once the Dead is still
Developed by
Yes.
Soleil, a Japanese Tokyo studio. The people who made Ninjala, Samurai Jack, Battle Through the Time, Shinobi Strikers. Okay.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. It's
And-
a weird game just looking at it. I still don't know how unpolished this game is going to be just from
It
looking
comes
at
out
the
next month. Holy shit.
yeah, I can't wait. It's supposed to be February, so I'm ready to play it. I'm just kind of like, it's just straight into the game. It never stopped being weird.
Nope. Let's see. Okay, so where he's working on is Dead White Owls Inc. Let's see if he's currently making anything.
White Owls Inc. Oh, that's
That
what
is-
he's working at right now.
That's his own studio. He's working on a game called Hotel Barcelona.
Huh.
And the last game he released is called he made The Good Life. That
Why does it sound
well,
familiar?
it was a game that was released about a year back. It was kind of like Harvest Moon type of style where you build up a village from the ground up. Take photography,
okay.
it's like a slice of life type of deal. It's a cutesy little thing.
Weird. That doesn't seem
Yeah.
like a sweary game.
I mean, he made the company. I don't think he was the director. Never mind. Yeah, that's it. That's his work.
You know, that's strange. There must be some weird. Well, then again, he did make he made Deadly Premonition,
Mhm.
and a lot of Deadly,
Deadly Premonition, yeah.
is just
I mean,
fun
it's-
stuff happening in a town, pretty much.
it's a funny Twin Peaks horror Shenmue type of game.
Yeah,
Oddly enough, that game.
I don't know about
still wanna
Shenmue. I
play
would
just
definitely
for
say
the-
it's more.
I would say Shenmue because there's a lot of extra shit you just do for fun.
Yeah, that's true.
And it is kind of time sensitive. It's not like what's the other game that came out recently? There's like a detective game that lets you rewind and check on certain events so you can get the whole story and solve the mystery. I forgot what that game is called, and it's entirely like live action.
Ooh,
It's gonna
I
kill
think
me
I know
now.
what you're talking about, but I can't.
Oh,
remember the
one
name.
that's like full motion video ones. That's also a weird trend that came out on the PS4 era. Like, why are these full motion games coming out with live actors? Huh.
Hey,
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. It's a trend. It's people are trying.
I mean, like, it's the thing. It's
Blame-
like it's full on live video acting. Like, no, there's no CGI or anything. Like, it's just straight up the actors, and you make choices through it. Like, huh? Okay, it's not like Quantum Break. It's not like Beyond Two Souls or anything like that. It's just literally them filmed on a screen, filmed on a stage, and you make choices with them. Like, okay.
I think they wanted to bring it back to those Night Trap days. I forgot what they call those type of games.
Full motion videos, FMV video games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for the docket, guys. So, without further ado, we're gonna bring this one to a close. So we'll do this real quick. Hey, if you want to send us an email, anytime you can hit us up at paperplayaction@gmail.com. That is paperplayaction@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our Twitters, which is paper_action. Go ahead and hit us up there. You get updates on what's happening and things like that. Just in case there's a delay or something like that. And obviously, we'll put out a bunch of extra stuff that we sometimes don't actually get to talk about here. Also, if you want to support the podcast, you can always go to Patreon. It's Paper Action on Patreon. Or you can send us money in our little tip jar, which is on Cash App for right now. We will work on another one. I actually found another one, but I haven't set it up yet, so give us a second. Finally, Paul,
Bro, Dead ass, I forgot we were on the podcast. I'm so sorry.
Plug your stuff.
Fuck. Wait, what am I? Oh, plug guy. 3, 2, 1. All right. Hey guys, Paul here. I'm a photographer. How's it going? I live in Greensboro. I don't know if I should have revealed that, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you know.
You're plugging your stuff, man. It's within that.
Yeah, Greensboro, Triad area. I travel around North Carolina. I will travel as far as it takes. We'll talk travel, but guys, I'm a photographer. My Instagram handle is Paul_Basha. I'm getting a website up soon, but yeah, I do kind of a cinematic type photo, and my photos are often, I think they look a lot like a digital painting, and my slogan is, I won't share it here, not until it's on the website. I won't take that, but
For a nice
yeah, that's it. That
there.
is the worst plug ever, but by God, that's all I got when I'm coming back to Earth. Yeah, just do photography. I can do anything you want, any style, you name it. I can do it all. So. Yeah, Paul_Basha Instagram handle, and then if you want to check out my professional page before the website gets up, it's upic.com, and then just look up Paul Basha Jr. PaulBoscia and you'll see the pictures. I kind of like hand select to put them there, and I will say, not that I'm toot my own horn, but I'm proud of this. But I started up this account, I think in the end of September, early October, something like that. And in 3 months, I'm at 106,000 views. So I'm pretty proud of that. So everything is that's my plug. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
There's no problem. And
Sorry, man. I was watching that Xiao Man dude talk different languages to people, and I got sucked into that like a motherfucker. I was gone for 20 minutes. And then you go, all right, and Paul, you're stuff. I was like, what?
So, finally, let us get to this last little bit. Let us, first off, thank both of our guests for coming on. Thanks, Barrett. He's already gone. We appreciate him coming on. And we appreciate you too, Jones. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks,
anytime.
Jones, for being here, buddy.
No problem. Call me anytime. I'm probably doing nothing but stressing over which game I need to finish next. Jesus.
Oh, it'll be all good. We'll get you on there. And then, the final thing we have to do, obviously, is thank you guys, our audience, for always supporting us and being there for us. We are getting real close to our second year doing this, so this will be fun.
It's 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, it's late February, so we'll be. I think it's the middle week in February specifically.
Yeah, because it was like a week later I started on Malazan. Oh my God, that's wild. 2 years.
So, we appreciate you guys for supporting us as long as you have. And we plan to go, well, just as far later. So, without further ado, guys, thank you. And, good night.
Peace.
Night.